I just started the stream.
That being said, it's really weird not grabbing the Curse of Strahd book.
It's been the one you've grabbed for so long.
Yep.
That campaign took us a long time.
Long time.
Yep. So let me know when we start streaming.
I started it already.
Oh, okay. Well, then, welcome to another episode of Jaygeons and Dragclarks. I'm Jeremy Clarkson. Let's talk about vehicle proficiencies. Before we get started with the campaign, we have some news. Thank you to one of our members in efforts with Corey and Aaron. I believe we have something to announce on Amazon. You guys want to talk about that?
Aaron, you can go ahead and talk about that. It's more your baby than mine at this point.
Well, Amazon is just kind of we're just kind of abusing their cloud system. It's more so has to do with iTunes. We are up as a podcast now. Yay.
All right. So for those of you that's sat there, it's like, man, I love listening to people I don't know play a game that I barely play as it is through an app that barely gets used anymore. We now have more than just YouTube in order to play. I believe we also have our own theme song now, don't we?
We have some MIDI loops that I put together very nicely.
Yep. So now we can be stored in your phone as a download wherever podcasts are found on iTunes. Yep. All right. So on the last episode of Jaygeons and Dragclarks, I believe you guys took down a vampire. Correct me if I'm wrong here.
Something like that.
Is that what he was?
I thought he was just a really angry dude.
He's just like an emo kid.
And I have his head.
Yes. Yeah, so after the final fight with Strahd, you guys had a little bit of a celebration in the town of Valakai, where it was kind of like the first time they were able to step back and breathe.
Yeah.
You guys, through the help of a gnome casting teleportation circle named Tony, came back into the Lodge of the Bloody Hunt. However, everything looked different, and you find a Tabaxi archer in the room saying, well, this is new, where we ended the session last time. So without further ado, let's roll some dice.
Wait, are we rolling initiative?
No.
Aw.
Can we?
I was trying catchphrases, and it didn't work.
Well, I can start initiative. I can go punch to the Tabaxi.
No. He's a nice little kitty. You're kitty.
Crispin and his cats.
I don't know if they like being called kitty.
I don't know that he knows that. This might be the first one he's seen.
Why wouldn't he like being called Kitty? He's a kitty man.
Okay, first off,
Hi, kitty man.
First off, the four of you and the tall guy, I can hear everything you're saying.
No, you can't. Don't lie to me.
No, like we
This cat
turn
can
to each
talk.
other. You can't hear us.
I'm sorry, I forgot about the loud, dramatic whispers. Okay, I'm going to go back to my part of the stage where I know what you're saying, but I'm just not going to act on it because I'm an idiot.
So I got to ask you something. Do you care if people call you Kitty?
I do care, actually, yes.
Positive or negative?
It is very much negative. It turns out most kittens can't talk or, stand on their hind legs or use a bow or tell you you're being a numbskull.
So, what do you call yourself?
I'm Milo.
That sounds
That's a
like
good name.
What about
I'm Milo.
Pussycat?
Does she have an M on his forehead?
No, I do
can
not
carve-
have it on my
Did you say he was a druid or a ranger?
I just said he had a
Said
bow.
Archer.
Okay,
He had a
archer.
bow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I see retarded kids with bows all the time. Doesn't mean they're an archer.
It's been a long
Okay,
time
first
since I
off,
had to write down.
stop insulting your kids, Mike.
It's been a long time since I had to write down a new NPC name.
Crap, I don't know where my notebook's at.
Well, Milo, things certainly are different here than the last time we were here. Where is hang on, I need to flip to that page. Where is? Oh my God, I have so
Who's
many
the normal
NPC
guy?
names written down. Was it Kalatha?
Yeah. Calatha? She's been dead for about 3 years now.
What year is it?
Yeah, what year is it?
Okay, first off, before I answer this, I have a question of my own. How much did you guys smoke?
Not enough. You're still ugly.
We're under the effects of no drugs. If anything, we are a little jet lagged from planar travel.
Yes, no drugs.
Okay, first off, here, planar travel. Where did you guys come from?
We have just returned from the realm of Ravenloft, where we were under contract with the Bloody Hunt under Calatha.
Just show 'em the tattoo.
To bring the head of Strahd for a contract.
Okay, so yeah, the loudmouth gnome is right. Where's the tattoos for this?
I forgot that we had tattoos from the Bloody Hunt.
Yeah, they're on your arm, forearm.
No, those are the tattoos that we got from being in the Sword Coast. That has nothing to do
Or
with
wait, no, these ones were on our hand, weren't they?
Yes.
Hands.
So yeah, show the tattoo then.
And you,
The
Orcman?
brand.
I'm with them.
We
He's
picked him up along the way.
Yeah, we picked him up along the way.
So what you're telling me here is you guys came from Barovia,
Uh-huh.
and you found somebody that is friendly enough, and you brought them to our dimension.
He's our pool boy. Leave him alone.
I'm a
Apparently,
song and dance man. Does that help?
apparently we have been gone for 3 years, so we know him pretty well at this point.
Well, she's been dead for 3 years. We don't know how long she lived after we left.
I said at least.
I mean,
I wanna
you
know
knew
why-
someone was about to kill her.
I want to know why we have to prove ourselves to this tabaxi. It's because he's the first person we've seen.
And we're in the Bloody Hunt.
Who are you exactly, Milo?
I am the new headmaster of the Bloody Hunt. This is literally my second week in office.
All right, listen, noob. We have a contract with you, and we want to finish it.
I understand that you have a contract. There's
Bitch better have my
paperwork we
money.
need to verify. I just need to know where to go to find it. I'm sure you guys want to get paid. You want to get these marks off your hands. I want that too, but I need to know what the hell is going on.
Yes,
I'm
we
pulling the
just,
head out of
we
the
just
bag of
got
holding.
back from Barovia. We have, as requested, pointing at the head of Strahd, Von Zarovich, if you need the whole name to look this up. And
At this point, he sits there and grabs like a small notepad and is spelling out. It's like, Strahd.
I point that there's an H between the A and the D.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh,
Would it
yeah,
work?
because that'd be Strahd. Okay, got it.
Would it work better if I carved it into his forehead and just gave you the head?
Look, I don't know why you guys are so hostile towards this guy.
Yeah,
I don't
based
know why
on
you guys got matching tattoos without telling me.
That's another long story.
Technically, we had him when you met us. And it's more of a. Is it a brand or a tattoo?
it's a brand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. Calatha, she's the one who ordered you to do this. Is there any co-signing parties with this I need to look up?
Yes, this was a joint venture with the Zentarum.
That narrows the search down a little bit. There will be a paper trail where I can sit there and have you guys confirm that the contract happens, the gold is owed. Because here's the fun part. I had no idea this was going on. So I got to look through some old files and whatnot. Give me a day.
How many contracts can you have for the murder of a vampire lord in the realm of Barovia, written by what's-her-nuts however long ago?
Well, that's the thing, Tony. How many contracts
know
have they
how.
had since then? It's not like they have an electronic filing system, because what's electronic?
Well, obviously they need a better filing system because you figure it would be by person, by realm, by creature.
Okay, well, clearly we have shown a weak point in their filing system, so let's just move on.
I'm going to go fix it with fire after I find our contract.
We will be back tomorrow.
All right. Thank
Tony,
you.
look, a stool.
Aha! I proceed to
Maybe if I
dismantle.
distracted him, he wouldn't be so angry.
That's
Yeah.
that's a good play, Hackard. I like it.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, roll D100 for how many seconds Tony's distracted, I guess. I don't know.
It's we're gonna take the stool with us. Milo will
Yep.
bring it back, probably.
I'm going to dump out various stool parts from my bag of holding as a swap.
I just don't know what's going. How did Kalatha let you into this? Like, clearly she did. You've got the marks, but
Because
this is wrinkling my brain.
despite his large quantity of moronicness, he is actually a very adept fighter. So just leave those parts there, because when we come back tomorrow, we'll let him build some stools, and he'll probably be distracted for a little bit again. So just leave those there for now. We'll meet you back here tomorrow.
All right, so now we know that you're alive. You might want to talk to your other partners as well, because they might be just as confused as we are.
Sure, yeah. By the way, Milo, what year is it? Or at the very least, I'm asking this question, DM, as a method to try to ascertain how long we've been gone, because I don't know what year it was when we left.
Yeah, because I never
Did we know what year it was?
told you what year it was when you left.
Right.
It is right now the year 417 of the Fourth Age in Kytera, the continent and the world that you guys inhabit. Based off of that knowledge, because you guys left in the year 412, it's been 5 years.
Wow.
Even though when you guys did Horde of the Dragon Queen, that was like 4 months of time. Curse of Strahd, another 3 months of time. You've been gone for 7 months, but 5 years have passed.
Wow. All right. So clearly, time moved a little bit
Fun is when
differently
you're having
when we were in
fun.
Barovia.
Yeah, that's a very apt description of what happened.
All right. Well, I guess we do have some business to take care of here in Acre, boys. I think Hagrid, there may, and if it's been 5 years, I don't know anymore, there may be a set of very finely crafted hand axes at a smith here in town.
They haven't given them away.
But the thing is I think we bought them as they were a display, because they were really I remember them being really nice. So if this smith did return them to working order, he may have kept them, since we didn't show up, and I already paid him for it. But also, that being said, we should go to the Zentarum to try to see if Rhaegar is still around or if he's dead, and see what the state of things are there. And I guess we should probably introduce Hagrid and Crispin to the Zentarum as well, so that they can enjoy the delights of being a part of the organization, such as free room and board.
Yeah, who are these partners you're getting me involved with before I just go following you?
Well, they're a group of people who hire adventurers such as ourselves to perform certain tasks. That's really all our involvement has been with them. Because we joined the Zentarum, we were able to stay, eat, and drink at the Briny Anchor free of cost, and they gave us
All right,
work.
I'm in.
Yeah, they gave us work, and that's actually all I know about them.
Yeah. All you need to know, I guess.
They're a temp service.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. They are only that, a temp service.
But
Just like McDonald's only sells food.
I guess we should let's go to the Briny Anchor first before we do anything else. That way we can make sure that if we do need to split up and do things, we at least have the same place to go to. Because if things are anything like they were here at the Bloody Hunt, then we may need to reestablish ourselves so that we have the benefits that we had beforehand.
All right, yeah. So as you guys head over, you're heading over to like the true eastern section of Acre. It's close to the coast. As you do, you guys roll a navigation check for me. This is going to be whoever's leading the charge, a D20 plus your wisdom modifier.
Okay, that's pretty good. That's a 20 plus
I'm good at math.
a 21.
Yeah. So it's kind of like just coming back to your hometown. Like when you're away at college, is it takes you a second to kind of remember where the landmarks are out there, but after that, it's just a straight shot there. You go to where the Briny Anchor was, and you remember like a rundown hole-in-the-wall bar, something like Lord Stanley's for those of you who've been there. It's now built up a little bit. It's a little bit nicer, but it still remembers that it's a working class area. It's not like hometown.
Okay.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't understand those references, go live in DeKalb, Illinois, and walk down Lincoln Highway. You're done. You'll get those references.
Just
Thank
go.
you, DeKalb County. I'll like my money for your tourist ads now. Yeah.
So when we
Yeah.
walk in, is the familiar
My ogre buddy there?
orc bartender back there?
The half-orc bartender, there is one there. It's been so long, you guys kind of forgot his face a little bit.
Oh, I wouldn't.
Does he recognize Tony?
He sits there, especially a surprisingly young-looking Tony. He literally is like cleaning one of the glasses, and you just hear, as the glass falls on the floor, shatters. He goes like, "Ugh, this fucking guy again.
Where are your stools?
What is it with you and stools? It's been 5 years, and this is all you care about."
Are my skylights still there?
Yes, your shotgun blaster's still there.
No, remember I took panes of glass out and replaced them?
It didn't change the fact that it wasn't a rectangular hole. The patch was rectangular, the hole was not.
I put my hand over Tony's head onto his other shoulder, and I kind of step in front of him because I know how inflammatory this relationship is. And I asked
that there's like 3 taps in the bar, and behind each one of those is a different just clothes coat hanger, like a coat rung out there that weren't there before. It seems like he's had nothing to do but like drive these in.
Prepare for my return.
Yes.
Speaking of it having been 5 years, is Rhaegar around?
Rhaegar? Yeah. He's still back in the usual place. Who's
Free booze.
Yeah, who can I ask? Tell him is here to see him.
Tell him Lucian has come calling.
Wait. Lucian?
Yeah, that's me.
I thought you guys were dead. Yeah, I'll go tell him right now. But by the way, he goes by Teovis now.
Teovis?
Yes.
Quite the change.
Yeah, it turns out he had a couple of jobs that went bad, and he had to lay low for a little while.
Okay.
How reachable are the coat hooks behind the bar?
Even with your best high jump, you still can't reach.
What about my 24-foot wooden ladder?
Yeah, that'll be fine. I don't know many 24-foot high orcs.
I changed from standing in front of Tony, separating him and the half-orc, to putting a hand on Hagrid's shoulder and pointing him and Crispin towards an open table and take a seat.
At this point, another human comes in. This time, he's brandishing what you as people would know as like a sawed-off shotgun, but you as your characters have never seen anything like this. Tony, roll an intelligence check for me.
I can do that.
Yeah, D20 plus your intelligence plus your proficiency modifier.
All right. That is... Come on, you stupid character sheet. Plus my modifier, plus proficiency. That comes to a 13.
13. Yeah, you sit there and think to yourself that he's got himself a nice little thunder cannon as well. Looks differently. It's got more barrels and whatnot, but you can quickly realize that firearms technology is a little bit more rampant here.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, Rhaegar/Teovis comes in, grabs a seat with you guys, and goes, "Huh? It isn't those back from the dead."
It does
Never
seem,
died.
kind of looking around and seeing the upgraded features of the Briny Anchor. It does feel like a little bit more of a rebirth than a homecoming at this point. But we have made a vampire re-dead, so we succeeded and we lived.
Have you gotten paid?
Well, Kalatha apparently has passed on, so the new headmaster is needing to find apparently a 5-year-old contract.
Yeah, it's been that long. Did you guys switch planes at all using a teleportation circle?
That's how we got back. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys actually know how to do that, or did you read a scroll?
Tony, I think you read a scroll.
I don't remember. I made a hole in dimensional space and we walked through it.
Yeah, that's They never wrote about the time dilation spots in most of those scrolls. So you could have came in 10 years before the contract was ever written to begin with. So you're lucky it happened after.
Damn, I'm good.
Nice job.
Although we could have done everything over again.
I don't know about you,
Then-
Laven, but if I never go back to Ravenloft, I will be a happy half-elf.
Yes.
Let's go again. Let's go again.
Well, now
At
we're
this
here,
point,
right?
Rhaegar, the glasses that he's wearing just come up a little bit. He grabs the bridge of his nose and he just starts shaking a little bit.
So I understand that you have a new moniker.
Yeah. There's we tried expanding a little bit too far. Resources got stretched a little bit thin, and I got made. Don't worry, this is like my 4th or 5th new name. So
What was your first name?
why do you need to know?
I don't.
All right, moving on.
So, Teovis, I'm sure that due to their size, it's pretty apparent that we have a couple new companions with us. This is Hagrid. He's my spiritual advisor and Goliath cleric. And then over there is Crispin. I am his best friend. And he is a half-orc bard that we picked up under probably some of the strangest of circumstances, but he's good people.
I've got time. Tell me what these circumstances are.
You're
I'd love
pissing
to
the
know.
cat off.
I
Leave it
mean,
alone.
really, I just showed up in a bar, and the short one over there poked a invisible guy with a stick, and we've been good friends ever since.
Roll persuasion or deception. Don't tell me.
That's
which
a
one you're
natural 20 either way.
rolling. All right, very cool.
We're rolling hot knockray.
Yeah, it's that illegal immigration in Acre due to transdimensional travel. Yeah, so he kind of just looks at you and goes, all right. So, got all sorts of bards in here. What's your little slice of entertainment?
Well, I like to think of myself a song and dance man.
All right. Okay, I'm sure you can find some business here. By the way, Lucian, Laven, you guys really know how to find friends who stand out a little bit.
Why, thank you.
I think
You're welcome.
it's because it makes it all the more impressive when I make us blend in.
Yeah, they sit there and goes like, hey, we need a job for an infiltration. What are we going to get? I don't know. How about a guy that's 8 feet tall? That's a good distraction. I like where your head's at.
He is a fantastic distraction because
As they're
he
talking,
can
I
take a
cast
beating.
invisibility on myself.
Do you say anything while you do this?
I'll just start humming softly my invisibility song.
How's that go?
It's just me thinking, you can't see me, you can't see me. But since I'm humming, it's just.
Yeah, just like a true bard.
I am starting my week-long endeavor.
of the stool work.
Yeah.
Yep. Still
Yep,
work.
At this point, I want everybody to roll a dexterity check. Just d20 plus your dex.
9.
19.
14.
11.
All right, everybody but Tony and Laven, you just feel your stool is just kind of just offset a little bit, and it's like a 5-degree change, and everybody just sits there and goes tilting to the side, but they're all different directions. Leovin, you sit there and feel a little bit more, and you kind of like lose your balance for a little bit, but you're able to grab onto the stool in time and right yourself back up. It's just a little bit more of an exaggerated fall that you caught yourself from. Tony, you don't feel anything here because you're the one that's cut the bottom off of one part of each stool.
There we go.
Yep.
Really,
before
Tony, while I'm sitting on it?
before Tony moves on too far, I want to grab him by his I don't know. Are you wearing wizard robes now?
No, I'm still wearing my robe of many things.
Oh yeah, so I grab him by his robe and I go, Tony, not the ones I'm sitting on. And I let him go.
Good, it's already done.
At this point, you can see Tony scurrying off to sit there and working on ones that people are sitting on, but not you guys. Because I'm assuming, Mike, that's how Tony would resolve this.
Yep.
I want to grab one of the stools that's not been cut down yet.
Okay.
Write my name on the bottom, and say, Tony, leave this one.
Yeah, whatever. I'm busy.
Roll persuasion, and then Tony roll insight.
Did Leovin just invent dibs?
All right.
10.
10. What'd you get, Tony?
10.
Roll again. Roll again. I'm not result. This one won't stay a tie.
15.
14.
You're not completely, you're begrudgingly accepting this, Tony, but you'll sit there as I'll leave one for Leovin for now. It's a very temporary measure.
And I won't tell him where it is either.
Yeah, you'll circle back to that one. Yep.
So,
All right.
Teavis, I'm wondering if there is a change in rank or anything like that, given the completion of this. You got my letter, right?
What?
You can write.
No, it was.
No, he can write. There's a letter?
Yeah, it was like 5 years ago, right before we left for Barovia. I sent a letter. Kalatha said that she was going to pass it along. Basically just kind of saying that we were doing this also in sort of to help gain renown for the Zentarum. Since back then, at least, you guys were still kind of fledgling.
Yeah, we're gonna. I get a lot of letters, so I remember getting something around. It's like, hey, guy who used to be called a different name. We're all going out to Barovia to go stab a vampire in the face. Ha ha ha. LOL. YOLO. But yeah,
Sounds like us.
yeah. So I do vaguely recall that, but we seem to have gotten along okay, and we had a small change in business right now. We're more of a, how you'd say, a security firm for hire.
Temp service.
Mercenaries?
That's such an ugly word for
That's a strong word, Layman.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it sounds like what they are.
We do what every other business does. You ask us to do something, you hand us a bag full of money, and then we do our best to do it. We just care less about what the what is than usual. Like, here's the thing. If you give me a silver piece right now, I'll go bake you up a baker's dozen of cookies.
Ooh. I hand him a silver piece.
That's rhetorical, as you just close your hand over the silver piece.
Oh. I tried to eat the silver piece.
Roll for taste.
4.
It tastes like a 4.
On a scale of 1 to cookie, it's a 4.
You get the idea that there might have been a raisin that touched that silver piece sometime in the last 1,000 years. But here's the thing. Since you guys were part of the Zentarum and you're not dead yet, I guess you still are affiliated with us. Got a big question for you. You looking for work?
Definitely not looking for work.
I guess I should have said earlier. This is me being a dunce. Bard guy, is he cool?
Yep.
He's cool. He's cool. Bard guy, you cool?
Who, me?
Yeah. If you're a cop, you have to tell me.
Oh my gosh, I'm cool. You want me to prove I'm cool? Let's do something to prove I'm cool. I am so cool.
Isn't he still invisible?
Yeah, but he's still talking the entire time. Invisibility doesn't make you soundproof.
Look, he said I
defeats the
couldn't blend
purpose.
in. I'm proving I can blend in. We weren't talking about how loud or quiet I can talk. The point is I can blend in.
All right. So, and this time he sets the thunder cannon knockoff on the table and goes, we've got some reports out of our Traytaran branch of tools like these. Apparently there's a guy who's building them and passing around like crazy, and there's been a uptick in skirmishes against the Dagger Guard. The Dagger Guard is actually trying to hire us to find out who's been making these and passing them around and disrupt the supply line.
I find this to be a personal offense against my creation. Let us fuck his face up.
Has it got to be in Traytaran?
No. Tony, you're thinking too small scale. We need to get you to arm the other guys and make some money on this.
We're going to become arms dealers?
Someone's going to.
I have to ask you guys this right now. Are you bad guys?
Do I have a skull on my hat?
Actually, yes, you do.
We might be the bad guys then.
He's wearing a black cowboy hat, guys.
We take the place of worse people.
But it has to be Traytaran. It's not like there's not another location or anything like that.
I'm sorry that this is the one spot where this arms dealer is operating from.
Can I ask you something about Traytaran? What was his name? Is he still the Lord there? He was. It's been a while, but I think he was not human. I don't remember what his name was. He was like. It was like 100 years ago. Is he still the Lord there?
There hasn't been any changes in their council in quite some time.
That's a toy.
Okay. What exactly are you asking us to do? Just to go meet up with the Dagger Guard and help them snuff this out, or what?
I don't care. We've already taken the money. They paid us in advance because they're idiots. I mean, for a mercenary group that provides extra security, they're fucking idiots. So we've got all the money already. They just want us to look into the supply line and take it out. If you guys don't even want to enter the city to get it done, it might make your job harder, but I got paid already.
Nope, we gotta go kill the guy making weapons. He's ripping me off.
What's our cut?
I'll give you guys, if you can keep it within the 5 of you, I'll give you 40% of the cut.
Which is...
Yeah, what does that amount to?
As he sits there, coming down, carries the one. This one will be about 1,000 platinum for each of you.
Ew.
That's quite a bit.
And we still get the credit for this, right?
We aren't in the business of giving credit or placing blame. We're in the business of creating opportunities.
So if I write a song about everything I do, that's not good for business.
I would sit there and use some different names and maybe a different made-up continent.
Right.
The story...
Driskin
Yeah.
and Bakra. Got it.
Yeah, sure.
Just leave everybody else out of it and make it the lore of your history like Excalibur did.
Ventarum.
The Ventarm.
You might need to deviate more for that one.
Bobby Bitchface?
That's a great character's name. That sounds like a bad guy.
So is there because you guys have already received your payment, is there really a time constraint you guys are looking at? Obviously, I don't want this to take another 5 years. I mean, that's a little excessive, but I'm just wondering if if we take this contract, because it does seem like it's a pretty lucrative deal, if we take this contract, can we like have a little bit of time to ourselves to recuperate from our last adventure?
I don't care how it gets done. Okay?
Yeah.
We're not taking this money because we've got some need to help the people at large, or the dagger guard must never be stopped. It has to show its strength. We took money for a job. I don't care how it gets done. I just care that we live to see the end of it.
That's usually my rule of thumb.
It's an inspiring worldview.
Let me tell you, inspiration sucks. You inspire people when they're going to their deaths. You tell them what it is when you want them to live.
As someone who's cast Bardic Inspiration several times, I'm taking personal offense to this.
Oh, I forgot exactly how many people got murdered by the hands of bards saying words.
You've never been to Barovia.
Yeah, I paid you guys to go there for me.
I would like to.
Speaking of pay, are we getting all of that money from the Bloody Hunt, or is some of that coming from you?
The Bloody Hunt will pay you from that because it'll look more legitimate going that way.
Less leading back to you guys. Okay. My next question: room and board while we're here and after we return from Trayterin. Do we still have that here?
Yeah, we'll still extend that as any Zentarum-controlled posts. You guys will be able to eat and drink and sleep without any sort of worry. I'm going to be honest with you. Not everything's as good as our place right here. You might end up sleeping in barns, literal barns on literal hay, but you will have somewhere to stay.
We've slept in
Bed and
others.
breakfast sounds good to me.
Is there a outpost or headquarters, anything in Trayterin or near?
Not in Trayterin proper. The problem with that is that the Dagger Guard, in terms of visibility, is supposed to oppose us on sight, and we can't make ourselves too visible, you know?
I suppose the gaze kind of has the invisible
Guys,
aspect.
still invisible
Yeah.
over here. We're good.
Yeah. Yeah, the gaze is still the power in there. They don't take too kindly to us trying to go through some aggressive expansion. So,
I can't imagine it would.
yeah. Couple miles south of Trayterra, there's this little settlement just known as as the oh god, what is it called? Flipping through my notes and shit. Wrote this so many months ago. Settlers Bend. Settlers Bend is the name of the place.
Settlers Bend. Okay.
Mhm.
Do I know, being from the area, do I know how far from Trayterra, like from like the walls of the city, Settlers Bend is?
It's about 2 miles southwest.
Oh, okay. So not very far.
It is maybe based off of that, you can walk from Settlers Bend into the main gates of Trayterra in about 40-45 minutes
Okay.
at a very comfortable pace.
Sure.
Yeah. So it's just enough to be outside of Trayterran's like Vanguard's patrol,
Mm-hmm.
and that's about it.
Okay.
But as far as the distance between Acre and Trayterra, that would probably be about a 5 days journey.
Right.
Have there been any other type of new weapons besides these Thunderbums?
I mean, there's always the newest, hey, look at my sword, it's so much better than every sword out there, but this is the new style of armament.
Question.
Yeah.
Is this one of the guns from the arms dealer, or is this your own concoction?
This is from the arms dealer, just let you know what you're looking at. It creates wounds that, when fired, it looks like someone got stabbed at a rapier, but there's burns right around the skin where it happens at, especially when reports of people got hit by these at close range.
All right, I definitely want to dig into that gun then.
It's all yours.
Ah.
How many do you think have been made so far and spread throughout?
Based off of what we have from intel right now, there's 100 that have been reported to be in circulation. We have no idea how accurate that number is, though.
So, wow, that's a big number.
Yeah. It turns out most of these individuals that get them started off unhinged. There's a how do I put this kindly? There's a estate for the mentally deranged.
Tony, are those your people?
Might be family. I don't know.
No, these are criminally deranged individuals.
Might be family.
And there was a controlled explosion at this site, and the place was emptied out.
Definitely Tony's family.
Not going there.
Wait,
In fact, it was a lot like what happened at the Peruvian embassy.
No
I don't know
comment.
anything about that.
That's right, you don't.
Does Barovia had an embassy?
Not anymore.
Past tense.
They were in possession of one, and now they are in possession of rubble.
Interesting.
Load up, sir.
Yes, that's what we were hinting at.
Um,
You're not wearing a wire, are you guys?
I have many wires. Would you like to see them?
Are you a cop? If you're a cop, you have to tell me.
I start pulling out random pieces of wire.
Did we become cops in Barovia? I don't even remember at this point.
freedom fighters, not cops.
Uh,
All right, anything else you guys need from me?
I think we have some shopping requests, some things that we would like to obtain, and may need help obtaining. Some more
Well, let me
items
tell
that you don't typically find in your typical general goods store.
Well, let me tell you just with how Acre works. So we've run into that problem a few times. We've got a guy in the basement here. His name's Taika. He's a little eccentric, just warning you right here, but he is our own personal enchanter. So let's say we need something that can break through any door. I gave him last month just a random old key, and he enchanted it, and now it unlocks doors. Now, it still breaks like any other key would. It still gets wear and tear, but he's helped us out coming through in a pinch. You can get him the components, give him a little bit of time, a little bit of gold. He's your man.
Perfect. You say he's downstairs?
That's right.
All right.
Yeah. I would sit there and probably talk to him a little bit, get to know him before you head out. If you have something that you want to get done straight away, give him his first orders. He'll let you know how long it takes.
Yeah, I don't know about the rest of you guys, but there's just something that I've been thinking of that I would like to obtain.
well, I definitely need to stop by an armor and pick up something a little heavier at some point, but this guy seems like a good guy to meet at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm from what it sounds like is you're all heading down to Taika's, or is someone going somewhere else?
No, I think we should all go down there first.
Sweet deal. All right, as you guys head down the staircase, all in single final line, it's super obvious you're all going down there, which is great because this is a Zentarum-controlled building, so it doesn't really matter. As you come down, you see this dwarven man. Weird for dwarves, though, is that he doesn't have a beard, and his hair is pretty short. You almost believe that this was just a short human for a little bit, until you see all the dwarven smithing components that he has out there and a few magical items. As he sees you guys coming down, especially when Hagrid comes in, because it's a little bit of a lower ceiling on this one. Unfortunately, Hagrid, you kind of have to do a little mini squat just to fit in the room. He turns to you guys and he just goes, "Hoi, my name's Taika. What can I do for you?"
According to Teavis, you're the man to talk to if we want to procure some magical items.
Yeah, this can be arranged.
Well, I know
You
for my...
said to talk to him first. Butter him up a little.
Well, I just want to make sure we're talking to the right guy.
Hold on, is there another person here?
I don't know. Is there?
I'm counting 4 of you, but someone's talking and their mouth ain't moving.
I'm a ventriloquist.
Full deception. Full deception.
13.
You're right, good, Mike. But you might need a puppet in order to get some money off that.
Oh, you're right. I forgot that part.
Who you calling a dummy?
At this point, Laven, roll a performance check.
18.
At the entire time, it's like you predicted Kristen was going to say that. You just move your hand in conjunction with what was said.
I would like to pull out a sock from my sack and put 2 eyes on it.
Done. I'm not going to make you roll for that.
And give it to Laven.
I give it a whiff before I put it on my hand.
Thankfully, it's one of the ones he hasn't worn yet.
Okay. And now I'm going to try to mouth it along whenever Crispin talks.
All right, I'm just going to let your 18 be the standing score for this, so don't worry about rolling. At this point, it comes in, it's like, hey, so, rest of you guys, you got talents?
Well, I would shake your hand, but you probably don't want to touch my mouth.
Yeah, you're right. I don't want to do
Piss
that.
off, ghost.
So, welcome to Spell Slingers. My name's Taika. I run this little operation here. You need magic changed from one item to another. You want magic created. You want magic destroyed. I can do that.
Are you familiar with glamored armor?
Yeah, I'm all about that.
Could you do that to a improved, and by improved I mean +1, I'm just not sure how to say it in non-meta talk, breastplate armor?
Yeah, it'll take me a little bit of time. Sitting there making sure it's all reinforced and then getting the magic on top of that. It might take me 2 weeks to do, but yeah, I can get that done.
Okay. What do you require in return? Like how much are we talking?
Hey, for this one, the leather armor itself ain't that big of a deal. You can sit there and bring me any leather armor you want, and that might decrease your cost a little bit. If I have to procure it, gotta make sure it looks nice. I mean, I gotta do business and do stuff that stays in business. So if I have to get the armor myself, let's say about 2,000 gold. If you sit there and get the armor yourself, I'll knock 200 off of that.
Okay. I can bring the armor by then.
All right, so you go ahead and drop that off. I'll start preparing stuff up. As soon as you give me the armor, I'll get started.
All right.
Anybody else?
Well, I have a list.
Oh, all right. Repeat customers are coming in.
Yes. Yeah.
It's going to be a good day to be Taika.
Perfect. I'm running for a cloak of billowing, deck of illusions, bag of tricks, and a bag of beans.
Okay, yes, you've got a lot of things there.
Wow.
What was the first one?
Cloak of billowing.
Yeah, you got a cloak for me?
Not at the moment. I'll go get you one.
And then speaking out of game for a second, this is why I love doing demo projects with my parents, because I totally forgot to look up all the stuff you sent me yesterday, Mike.
That's why I gave you prices off the bat. And Cloak of Billowing just moves at my will. Deck of Illusions, draw cards, different illusion shows up. Bag of Tricks basically lets me pull a fuzzy ball out, throw it 30 feet, random creature shows up. Bag of Beans, magical random bean in bag. And it's like 3d6 of them.
Hold on one second.
If you want, I can tell you what each of them is rarity-wise also.
Hold up. Because I can't... there's no way Taika's going to be able to do, like, hey, here's 20 items, get them all done in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm trying to make... Cloak of Billowing seems like the most likely one.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So Cloak of Billowing, he sits there, like, as soon as he hears that, he goes, I can do that one right quick. You give me 200 gold, I'll get it done by Wednesday.
Fuck no.
Why are you so upset?
Price gouging.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the part where you give me a counter offer then.
Let's go with 75.
Oh, come on. Have you been to Taika's before? We're an upscale shop in the middle of it downstairs, but,
With a low-hanging ceiling, and I think that's mold in the corner.
yes. This is correct. What if we did 110?
All right, we'll do 110.
All right, you got yourself a deal. And that will be done in just a couple days.
Alrighty.
Anybody else?
Yes.
All right, tall man. What you want?
There's a few things I would like. If you could, looking for. Well, first of all, what can you do with this rapier?
Would you mind if I took a look at it, see what's going on?
Have at it.
As he sets it down, you see his eyes begin to like go into this like milky white. The eyes itself just completely disappear as he puts his hands over it and comes through. And this was this the blessed rapier?
Yeah.
Okay. As he looks through, he's like, "Oi. First question I have here is, what would you like to do with this? Because this here is a divine enchantment instead of an arcane one. Rules are kind of different.
Ah.
So what would you like done with his rapier?"
Well, one idea I had was if you could make the blade invisible.
Okay. Yeah. Here's the fun thing about divine ones is the gods here. The gods claim this weapon here, and they don't like it when us normies here try to play God. So I can remove the enchantment, and I can give it a different one, but I can't really mess with the original magics on this one.
Gotcha.
So if you want another weapon that's invisible, I can do that right quick.
Okay.
I'm just saying, and Big Man here knows for sure. Yeah, he's got those clothes that say he's a holy man. He knows, don't piss off the gods, because the gods get a little punchy.
Yeah, Haggard knows a thing or two about getting punchy.
And I'm just saying here.
Maybe I'll come back at a different time on that one.
All right, yes?
Yeah, I'd like to reappear. Oh,
Okay, yeah, but by now, you came out at this point. He just sits there. Hey! It's a surprise. Who are you?
I'm the second half of the ventriloquist act.
Ah, I see here.
We call it the prestige.
Yeah. But yeah, by the way, Laven, do you want to move your hand with the sock puppet while he's still talking?
At the moment. I haven't given up the game yet.
He just sits here and is like, "Oh, you guys are full of tricks."
This might be a strange request. I pull out my big loot and I hand it to him.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Did you say penis?
Big loot.
Oh, okay.
Come again for big loot?
I've seen some wizards who can cast spells that normally hurt everything and not hurt their friends. I would love to be able to not hurt my friends. Is that something you can do with this?
I'm
And I
gonna
want
be-
to see if you can learn spell shaping. Or put spell shaping into the loot, perhaps.
Spell shaping loot.
I don't know if that's an actual thing. I just know it's a feat that the
Sculpt
wizards can
spells.
learn.
Sculpt spells is a wizard
Like spell
ability.
spell. Yeah, so it was just more going out on a limb and asking type thing.
Give me yeah. For this one, I'm gonna go back to Tall Guy over here and finish up his order. But for you, I'll look into it because I've heard of it. I've never done it, but that means doesn't mean I can't do it. Now, that being said, if I destroy it, I might destroy the instrument too. But that's not because of the magic. That's just because me angry at not being able to do something. Is there a different loot you want me to use?
Nah, use this one. I'll go buy another one.
All right. Thank you, mate. I'm not going to tell you a price yet because I want to figure out if I can do it first, and then we'll talk.
Fair enough.
So I was wondering if you could do something where I could have boots of elven kind or a cloak of elven kind.
Oh, yeah. That's good old Stanboys. You got boots or a cloak that you want me to use?
I got the ones I got on.
Do you have a second pair then?
No.
I have.
Do you have like loaners?
I have a pair of traveling clothes. Would he be able to use like the cloak from that?
Yeah, I want with the way that 5e kind of works in its base set is essentially clothes, no matter what, are superfluous in size. Because if you decided that you didn't want to wear a ring of protection and give it to Crispin, i.e. what's happening in the real game, the ring just magically changes size to be the right shape, because a half-orc and a half-elf shouldn't have the same size fingers.
Definitely not.
But yet the ring still works. So
actually,
I'm not worried about the difference between a small, medium, or smallish.
So actually, Laven, I have the set of clothes includes boots and a cloak. Which would you rather take? I have two sets of clothes, and honestly, I have not felt hot since we left the Amber Temple. So I don't need them. I don't want them.
I guess I'll take them.
All right then, that seems like a match made in heaven. For you, good simple standby. How about we go 250 gold?
For both?
Well, why'd you need the same enchantment twice?
They do different things. I don't know.
All right then, I'll double it, 500.
Well, hey. That's not what I was asking.
Well then, what were you asking, mate?
I was asking if that was the price for both.
Well, that was the price for one. 500 is the price for both.
Okay.
I think you probably just get away with one of them. Right?
Well, they do different things. I want both.
All right.
I have a lot of money. This is okay.
Don't say
I have a
that in
pocket,
front of
but-
the shop owner.
Crap, I lost my leverage. I'm going to say 300.
300 for what? One? I can do 300 for one.
Both.
Let's go 425.
That sounds fair.
All right, there we go. Gold for both. All right, and I'll get back to you when that one will be done.
Great.
Do you want them separately? Do you want them done together?
I guess that's up to you.
I mean, you pick them up at once, not me sew them together. That would kind of be a rookie move.
That would be strange.
Yes, I'm glad you see it that way too. And I believe I've heard from everyone except for Tall Man over here. Tall Man, what can I get for you?
I present my shield and say, if I hand you this, can you enchant it for me? I want +1 on the shield. if
Oh, you want
possible.
me? Yeah, you want me to magically reinforce the shield? I can do that right quick. Real simple, real easy to do. I'll just have to sit there, get a few pieces of metal, weld it in the right way, make it a little bit more reflective, and then add a nice little spell or two in there. I can get this done by Wednesday. Same with the with your friend with the cloak. Let's say 300 gold. Actually, no, you're bringing the shield right there. I can do 250.
Yeah, I could do 250.
All right. That is a match made in heaven. All right, mates. With that order out of the way, I think our business here is concluded. I will get you all that stuff done, and just expect when I got something ready for you, there's going to be a nice little green arrow right outside the door of the Zentarum Bonnie Anchor. You see that? I got something for you. You come on down and we talk.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Thanks, Taika. Hey, real quick before we leave here, is there a fence in the building somewhere?
Oh, there's fences everywhere.
Wait, why would you put a fence inside?
I'll
To
explain
keep the
later.
riffraff
I'll
out.
explain later, Crispin.
It classes up the joint is what he's trying to say. But yeah, there's a fence around here. His name's, or if you go upstairs, you search for a guy named Jermaine. Jermaine can help you out.
All right.
I believe I believe Aaron's figured out how I'm naming things right now.
Yeah, Taika Waikiki.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for Brett to show up. Present.
All right. Well, good luck with the revolution, and hope you print enough pamphlets.
All right. Well, I personally would like to go find Jermaine. I have some things that I would like to exchange.
For the purpose of that, we'll let it happen. We'll keep that off stream just because it's a whole bunch of monotony. But that this is when it would happen, and then after the stream, we'll talk about the prices and whatnot.
Okay.
Just to keep things moving.
That's fine.
Because we've been at this for almost an hour now, and we haven't fought shit yet.
Speaking of, I need to go find someone that sells some musical instruments.
Yeah, you can. There's actually a place called the Sitar Center. Yeah, and it's there's some in every sector. You find one of these quickly. And as you come in, there like everybody is playing Stairway to Heaven, and it's all terrible.
Hey, it's still better than Wonderwall. or what's the other one?
Armorer.
Freebird.
Yep. No Stairway? Denied.
What were you gonna say, Hagrid? Or were you making a joke about the music?
No, I said I'd like to find an armorer if possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to go with because I need to purchase that leather armor for the glamored breastplate.
Honestly, for that one, for you guys, for the splint armor for Hagrid and the leather armor for Corey, you guys could just buy that for its player's handbook price.
Okay. But I also want to see if I can take us over to the whatever region of Acre it was that we dropped off that was hand axes, just because I mean I did pay for them, so I want to see if I can still get them.
Honestly, on this one, it's been so long that I forgot that even happened. It's been so fucking long. We'll just let you guys pick that up. The guy comes in. He sits. The main joke here is he's had it sitting in this nice little package for 5 years, waiting for it to find its home. And someone finally came in here asking for it. So here it is. Take it. Go away now. This is what happens when you take an 8-month break in your homebrew campaign.
Are we going to go on this endeavor before we get our stuff back, or?
No, I think since there's no, I mean, for me personally, I want that armor for the trip. Something tells me we're gonna need it.
I was just wondering because otherwise I would pick up another shield just for the interim.
No, I think I fully, Lucian fully intends on hanging around in Acre for 2-3 weeks to kind of unwind a little bit. We did just get back from upsetting a tyrant in a realm where he controlled everything. I'm a little tired.
Yep. Like I said, is last session, I'm giving you guys a window of up to 5 weeks of just downtime. You guys can take care of your regular everyday needs, setting up for future adventures and that kind of stuff, as opposed to just hammering you a little bit. So You have time. This is not the time where I sit there. It's like, oh, you can rest on your laurels, and I just fuck you and stab you in the back.
There's not going to be a zombie dragon that's going to stomp on the briny anchor or anything.
No, it'll be a real dragon when I decide to do it.
Just in case I need to cast magic in the interim, I want to buy a little like fanny pack drum set. Put it away around my waist. Little drummer boy drums.
Sure. It's the. Are you looking for like a cheap one or a really fancy one?
We'll go fancy.
All right. So it'll be 2 gold then, as opposed to 2 copper, which was the cheapest of the cheap.
Okay.
It is overly ornate. It doesn't sound any better than the 2 copper one, but it looks a lot nicer.
Very nice.
Yep.
I feel safe now.
Yep. How's this for level 12? It's like, yeah, I just got 10,000 gold for completing a contract, and I want to buy a drum. I guess that's 2 copper.
We didn't get any gold yet.
Yeah.
Yep.
We found a lot, though.
Yeah.
Well, I will say that those errands being taken care of. I don't want to like step on anybody's toes or anything. Was there anything else you guys wanted to say you wanted to do?
Just dismantle that gun as many times as possible to learn as much as possible about it.
Roll with advantage and with your proficiency modifier. This will be 2 rolls. The first one is going to be a dexterity check with advantage, and this is how well you're able to dismantle it without breaking pieces. And then there's going to be an intelligence check with advantage, and this is for you to determine about how it's made and possible makers.
All right. Let's see here. And you said plus my modifier and proficiency?
Mm-hmm.
So dexterity will be 22?
It is flawless dismantling, reassembling, and then you dismantle it again just for good measure.
And my other one will be a 24.
As you get through here, you realize that this is not gnomish in design whatsoever. Your thunder cannon is kind of like a Swiss or a Citizen brand watch. It's got tons of little parts. They all work together seamlessly. Everything here is very, very fine-tuned, very specific parts made specifically for the other parts. This one here is very shittily made. It's like a fossil knockoff watch. The pieces absolutely required for its function are there. Nothing here is ornate. Nothing in here looks good. Nothing in here functions reliably.
Any maker marks, indications of who or what is actively making it?
Based off the size of the tools, you know for sure it is not a gnome, it is not a halfling, or any of the smaller races that came in here, just based off of the size that comes in, based off the hammers. You also, marks on here from the smiths that came in, it wasn't somebody who was outrageously strong. So larger races, half-orcs, dwarves in this case, based off their tool proficiencies, Goliaths are not in here. You're getting the idea that if something created this, it's kind of in the middle of the road in terms of creature size.
Okay.
Yep. Any other questions you have about that? Because that 24 basically gives you any information you want.
Any indication of where the materials may have come from, stored?
That one is going to require a different roll. Do you have metallurgist tools? Or any tools that would help you with like discerning metals?
Smithing tools, I have those for sure.
Smithing on there. Let me look to see what's in smithing tools before I answer that. Smithing tools.
I have smithing and tinkerer's tools.
And of course, they don't offer anything as to what's actually in there. With smithing tools, there's not really anything in the player's handbook that's better for that, so I'll sit there and say that it can happen. You can use that as metallurgy tools, for sure. As you get through this, it is kind of a hodgepodge of metals. This is not a single strain of iron that comes in through this. It looks like it's kind of made from scraps of whatever metal they could find. Sometimes it's iron, sometimes it's copper, sometimes it's brass. As it comes through, it's just very impure.
Is this the first alloy?
Not necessarily an alloy, because alloy, this is not steel by any stretch of the imagination. It is brittle. It is not strong. It is not made very well.
So
Once again, going with the
gun.
knockoff.
So
Yeah,
don't
going
shoot
with
the gun.
knockoff brand. You don't know this. You're not in his brain.
No, I know. I'm just
Any telltales on the ammo?
As it comes through, you can see what looks to be black powder burn marks, same as what you've had. Based off of your items, yours is, from what I remember you telling me, is made as a shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
But it was more kind of like a single barrel shotgun.
Yep.
So it's very similar. There's a part of you that wonders if technology you had was somehow reverse engineered.
All right.
Yeah. Anything else you want to know?
Not that I can think of. I'm gonna toss it in the bag of holding in case I need to take another look at it.
Sounds good. All right. Before this day officially ends, anybody have anything they want to do?
I actually want to walk up to Lucian, and I will say, you actually seemed kind of hesitant when he mentioned Triterran. Is there a reason for that?
well, I mean, I'm sure you remember the story I told you guys before we left Barovia. That was
Nope,
No,
not at all.
No, I don't, because I was not around.
Oh. Well, long story short, Triterran is the town that I'm from, the city that I'm from, and I not super welcome there from the upper echelons. So as long as we can, keep farting around with the Dagger Guard and stay in the lower levels of Triterran, I'm sure things will be fine.
Yeah, that's where I usually stay anyway, so, yeah.
Triterran, I'm sure things will be fine.
All right. So before the day ends, and we close on this, Leovan, you have spoken to me out of game about wanting to become more like Hawkeye and the Green Arrow, and you want some arrows that can have some extra status effects.
Yes.
What is the first item that you kind of want to work on? Because Mike, so Tony, Leovan actually is requesting for your help in making some special arrows.
Oh, I can do that.
Yep. So if you guys want to talk to each other about that, I'll kind of work as the intermediary, just so that you know what prices or material components may be needed.
What do you want?
So you make stuff blow up, right?
Oh, I can make many things blow up. Like, not buildings, no.
I was thinking, what if we got some of those explosives on the end of some arrows?
I can do that. Do you want impact explosives, times explosives, smoked explosives?
If we could do both impact and timed.
Okay.
From this one, Tony, I think it would be very simple for you to realize that you could just make it's kind of like a contact paper that magicians use. Is as soon as there's a little bit of friction on there, the flash point for it is so low that it'll immediately spark up. If you could just put that where it's the friction point comes with compression of the arrow shaft, you can sit there and have it be. The timer isn't necessary. It's once it hits its target, that's when it flashes up.
Well, I think he wants,
Like if we could two separate orders.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like one that goes on impact and one that would be a timer.
For the timer one, then,
We could just do straight fused.
yeah, you can totally do that. It's just one would be, I guess in your mind, you could quickly go. There's tipped explosive and shaft explosive, where the shaft would become the timered one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys can easily figure out how to make that work. I'd sit there and say, for that, you just make a straight tinkering check. You get advantage on this because, once again, artificer class.
Mm-hmm.
And then it'll be 50 gold per arrow.
Okay.
Okay.
Even if I'm using my, I just lost it. Whatever my thunder cannon or my magical, where the frick is my arcane magazine for the generation of black powder and all that.
You can, if you've got the black powder already, the price will drop down to 5 gold per.
Oh, I can generate. Where is it? I'd have to find it again. I don't have it available, but it's something like 40 rounds on a long rest, 20 rounds on a short rest. Oh, there it is. Produce ammunition for your gun, 40 on a long, 10 on a short.
So this one is, it's not so much the fact that you're just making ammunition, period. You're making ammunition for a weapon that you don't use. This is a new, like, you're going to have a little bit of trial and error. You know, frankly, what you're doing, the science is still the same, but making sure you're not changing the properties of how an arrow flies.
Yeah, I was just talking for reducing the cost slightly for already having the stuff for explosives.
That's why I chose 50 gold instead of 75 gold.
Works for me. Another question.
Yeah.
To Leovan, do you want the timed explosives to have an exploding shaft or not?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
Equivalent of a claymore. A timed claymore.
I think what he's asking is what's the difference between having the tip explode or the shaft explode?
Additional shrapnel.
Oh, it's the thing with more shrapnel then.
Yeah.
Season 1 Green Arrow. Got it.
Because I would figure impact explosive is more like a shape charge. A timed explosive would be more like shrapnel charge.
I can get behind that.
All right.
The difference between level 3 characters and level 12. Level 3 is, hey, I can shoot this arrow and it goes faster. Level 12, I want to blow everything up.
I want an arrow that blows stuff up, but only some of the time.
All right. So tinkering check with advantage.
Yep.
All right. Actually, I rolled the same on him. So that is a 6. Do you want me to add any modifiers?
So tinkering check will be dexterity and proficiency.
All right. So that is 8. Comes to a total of 12.
You guys can make in the time before the day ends, you can make 4 arrows. Before the day is done, and I'll let you decide what combination of arrows are made from that.
Let's do 2 of each then.
All right, and then Leovan, also roll a d20 and add your dex modifier.
19.
You forgot that you're sitting on a stool, and Tony, throughout the mess, was trying to sit there and cut down part of your leg. You look down, you see it just in time, and you just hop with the stool, and you dodge the saw blade.
Tony, what did I say?
So just for posterity, since we're going to be doing 2 weeks in town, do we just want to hash out generating a set number of those now?
I'm going to sit there. I'm going to take care of that one off stream.
Okay.
We've already spent close to 90 minutes on a shopping run, and that's more time than I wanted to spend on that. So just to make sure that we're keeping the story moving.
Works for me.
But at the end of the day, it'll be really simple because we've already proven you guys know how to make it.
All right.
Okay.
I would like to say that when Crispin came and found me, I was at the Briny Anchor with 2 mugs of ale in front of me and whatever fresh seafood chowder they had, considering we're in the you said the eastern part of Acre, right next to the sea.
Yes.
It's going to be the freshest of fresh seafood, and I
Yes.
have not had anything remotely fresh in months. So I am just like double fisting mugs of ale and Big old bowl of
Honestly,
soup.
it is. Yeah, just roll a d20 for taste.
13.
It is an explosion of flavors.
He
Everything
went
that
to
you,
Flavor Town.
it's yes. Like Guy Fieri would sit there and scream bloody murder about this food.
Now, you said you were double fisting drinks.
Yes.
Can I tell if this is happy drinking or sad drinking?
Roll a performance check, Lucian. Roll a insight check, Crispin.
Ooh. What's my modifier? 8.
10.
Lucian, is it happy or sad drinking?
Oh, it's happy. I'm glad to be home.
Crispin, you honestly could sit there and buy both arguments.
Okay, I'll go up to him and slap him on the back and say, "Next two are on me."
They're all on the house.
The next 4 are on me in that case.
Yeah. All right.
That's it. Join them.
Anything you guys want to discuss before the day ends?
Nope. Let's get this party on the road.
Yes.
All right, so we'll fast forward a little bit. The 2 weeks pass. For those of you who have bought things from Taika's workshop, you can subtract the gold, pick up the item, and then later on we'll sit there and resolve the rest of your items on here.
Did we got our money from the bloody hunt, I'm assuming?
That's what we're going to cut to next.
Okay.
But just letting you guys know, it's like I have, like, once again, working from behind on the enchantment shit.
Right, yeah. No, that's fine. That's fine. I just wanted to make sure.
Yep. The next morning, you guys all awake in the bloody hunt, fully rested. This is the first time that your backs haven't woken up, like just outrageously tight from sleeping on the floor. While in Barovia, you guys sit there and have ample time to have more seafood and ale for breakfast, so you choose. It's a true coastal alcoholics breakfast.
Yeah.
Yep. And the day is yours. You do know that the bloody hunt should have resolved its paperwork by now.
I don't think that I have anything specific to do other than get that money.
Nope.
I mean, I think that's the priority, but
So we can get on the road.
Yeah.
All right. So as you guys head back over to the bloody hunt, which Corey, for your geopolitical map, is in the northwest, like the northwest corner of where Section 4 is.
Okay.
Whereas for the briny anchor, that is in the true southwest portion of Section 2.
Okay.
Yep. So as you guys go straight there, you get back to the bloody hunt, and once again you see Milo, once again with nothing on his forehead, and in the room full of stools again.
Before we walk into the room, I want to use my Strahd belt buckle to turn into Strahd, pull the head out, and walk in holding my own head. But be like midget Strahd.
All right, so this roll is not as to whether or not the magic works or not. I'm going to make you make a performance check to just sit there and see exactly how convincing you are at acting like your own decapitated body.
Ooh, I can do that. How about a 19?
Okay, yeah. For the rest of you, as you're looking on this, it's eerily good. This might be the next Rocky Horror Picture Show.
So I look like a
classics.
transvestite Strahd?
There's more than just Tim Curry's performance in that movie.
Yeah. I'm good now. We can
All
continue.
right. As you come in, and it's a little bit like watching Calvin whenever he's using his imagination, the Calvin and Hobbes comics. Walking through, he's making noises that he thinks a dead vampire will make. As Milo just comes in and goes, takes a step back, draws his bow a little bit, realizes it's not attacking him, unsheathes the arrow, goes, huh, it's you guys again.
Get turned down.
Yeah, Halloween's not for a while, little guy.
Oh yeah, Strahd's tome book. You can have that too. I don't want it anymore.
As he begins to flip through it, it's like, oh, this is awful. How'd you guys read this?
One word at a time.
Ha ha ha! Thank you. Yeah. I'm assuming you guys are coming here about the money. Am I right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So here's the deal with those contracts. We'll sit there and get those markings off your hands a little bit. We can't pay you more for Half-Orc's help over here because he never immediately entered the contract. Less fees, taxes, surcharges. Ticketmaster wants a cut because why not? Comes out to be 10,000 gold.
Total or for each of us?
Total.
Okay.
Are we fine with taxes, fees, and Ticketmaster bullshit?
What about 5 years of interest?
It's,
Yep.
we're part of an organization. It's not like we were. I mean, this is your organization, Hagrid.
My organization.
Well, that's how we met you, at least.
I mean, Hagrid, you can decide exactly how much this is your organization. You have worked with them in the past, but your feelings towards it are completely your own.
Yeah, whatever.
All right. As he sits there, goes through and pays you guys out the money in a. It's kind of like he pays you in platinum for this case, and it's kind of like that scene in Dodgeball where they have this giant briefcase of $50,000 and it's really just one stack of bills. It's a comically large chest for a very small amount of platinum. As he sits there, he's like, well, I believe our business is concluded. From what my understanding here is that you guys are released towards the other party in our agreements. Yeah, Hagrid, you are no longer contractually obligated to work for us. You may do as you see fit. Is there anything else you need from me before I politely ask you to leave?
Nope. I'm just gonna give Crispin out of our comical amount of gold his. What is that?
2,000.
Yeah, which would be
20.
huh? Yeah, 20 platinum.
Yep. So each of you get 20 platinum then.
Wait, is it,
if you
20 or is it 200?
It should
Should be 200.
200, yeah.
200, yes.
Sorry. I was told there'd be no math.
This is Dungeons and Dragons. It's 90% math. 10% explaining, 90% math. I want to hit this boss. Give me a fucking derivative. Yeah, so as you guys head out, the remainder of the time is yours. And then just let me know exactly how long between the end of the 2 weeks, which was the last of the enchanted materials, go through, and when you guys want to set out on your investigation.
Immediately.
Like a week.
Okay. For that one, just roll a d12 once for right now, and let's go like for every week that you guys were just waiting around in downtime, you'll get a chance to make that many arrows.
We rolled an 8.
So 8 arrows divided however you want amongst the recipes you already know.
Over 3 weeks.
Yep.
24 arrows.
So you can roll 3 times, or you can just take 24.
Okay.
And then as far as what the stream needs is you just need to, if you want a new recipe, we just have to tinker those out. I'll hand wave what you already know how to make.
Okay. Cool.
How about we just do new arrow tinkering off stream and call it at that?
I'm fine with that, yeah.
So that way it just shortcuts it. Leovan can talk to Jay about what he wants and we'll tinker away.
Awesome.
Yep. Anything else that you guys want before heading out of Acre?
Um. So during the 3 weeks that we were in Acre, apart from like evenings at the Briny Anchor, Lucian was largely absent. Uh, there, I spent the time using my rogue ability, the infiltration expertise, creating a political affiliated alter ego for myself named um,
Sabon?
Simon Yarganev,
Hmm.
uh, and working on um, creating affiliations with the people in District 2 in Acre, which is like the district that the Briny Anchor is in. So I've been like around, but I've been kind of off on my own doing that.
Yeah, as you sit there and let's just roll a straight investigation check for you. And this will kind of let you know exactly how much you're able to glean from like people watching or being just off camera.
Okay, that's a 18.
Oh, yeah, really good. So you know that the area has been run by this guy named Vasily Andropov.
Okay.
And Vasily is a man who is beset with problems on all sides. With the burgeoning influence of the Zentarum, he's losing grasp over commerce. The section just to his north, along the coastline, is kind of burgeoning into his territory because they can offer better deals for what little businesses he has along the coastline. Section 5, but due to the fact that it has more individuals, is trying to get the Lord's Alliance to kind of treat this as unincorporated territory. It's definitely a guy who's trying to struggle to keep his seat at the table. You also have seen that there's a lot of individuals who just don't bother waiting around for the Lord's Alliance. If they have justice that they need to dispense, they just take it into their own hands. However, every day, Vasily is walking down the streets, shaking hands with people, trying to let them know that he's still around, he still cares, and he's trying to turn around the section and solve the problems.
Okay.
Yeah, you find out where he's at, and you actually listen to these conversations. Based off of these, you get the idea that he's kind of a genuine guy who's just out of his league. He has no idea how to run a section of the town, but that's not stopping him from trying.
Okay. I think so. Like, Simon will have introduced himself to Vasily, and
So we'll stop right there and we'll just act that one out then. Yeah. So how does Simon approach Vasily?
on one of his walks around town, around the district, just being someone, coming into the district from, from, I came from the sea. I'm new to this district. I see that you are a man of your people. You are here. You are trying to make sure that the people see that you are here for them, addressing their needs. But I also see that you have certain agencies throwing roadblocks in your face, and I think that given some of the connections I've made in my short time here, that I may be able to at least help you navigate these obstacles.
First off, before I begin any conversation, I start with the introduction. It seems only proper. You know me as Vasily Andropov. Who am I graced with the presence?
I am Simon Yargnev.
Simon Yargnev. And where is home, Simon?
Home is a small nation, just the other side of the Big Blue here on our east here.
I did not hear a name.
I don't actually have a name, Jay, because I don't know any places here.
Fucking make it up. It's a homebrew campaign.
Fuck, dude, I don't know. I usually think about these things like in advance, and I didn't.
So much Adidas. Yeah, actually, both of you guys are wearing tracksuits at this point.
From the land of Khrushchev.
Khrushchev. I've never made my way out there.
Is beautiful but war torn. Is not ready for visitors.
Good to know. I have problems here, as you so accurately described, and the problem here is I need to know exactly who am I getting in bed with, because I have been fooled before. I have given too much trust to my fellow council members, and they sit there and they do what I ask, but not before they stab me in the back and twist knife.
Sorry, continue, comrade.
No. Allow my guest to speak.
In Khrushchev, we believe in, as far as explaining my strange introduction, we believe in demonstrating our utility before really getting into conversation, because we have no time for useless people in our lives. So I believe that I can help you sort of keep the how do they call themselves, the Zentarum. I believe I can help you at least decrease their friction in your district. I have no interest in the other councillors. I am interested in helping you. You are a man of the people. You seem to be a man of your word.
Roll deception. Merely trying to mask that you are in fact affiliated with the Zentarum.
It's a 16.
You know much about Zentarum. Tell me, what do you know about stopping them?
Well, can you really stop an organization like the Zentarum? There are many places in this world where there are these shadow organizations operating under the surface of our fine cities. To exterminate them would be like to try to kill every insect in the world. It's not possible. But to coexist with them, there are ways this can be done.
I feel like I should not ask more questions about that, because if I get asked, say, questions, I would have to give answer.
I believe culpable deniability will go far with our relationship.
Good to know. But I would ask you one thing before you deal with Zentarum. I need peace in the streets. I need this era of vigilantism to end, because if people don't believe in me, then they start believing in nothing. And they fight and they lash out. So if you can sit there and help restore confidence in my rule, I think I can make a place for you.
You shall hear from me again when I have achieved this task for you.
Nazdroviev. All right. Yeah, and then you guys all go bowling with your cousin. And you still haven't started Grand Theft Auto 4 yet. All right. For everyone, we're going to take a break. In about 5 minutes, we'll come back in. We'll start with our excursion outside of Acre.
Was there anyone else that had things that they wanted to do during those 2 weeks?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I'd like to relate Hagrid's little time period there.
What's that?
So I think I'd like to relate Hagrid's little time period there.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
Well, after the break's fine.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll be back at 25.
All right.
Sounds good.
Oh, that bathroom break was super necessary. Yeah, and
I agree.
yeah, you guys now know my secret to naming is just take stuff from pop culture.
It works.
Yep. I was actually super excited for Taika. And Vasily and Drop Off I took from an episode of Burn Notice. USA, we know drama and Burn Notice.
So much Adidas.
I thought it was Characters Welcome.
Oh, that's right. It's TNT knows drama.
Yes. And FX got the movies.
Yep. And ESPN has Tim Tebow.
Spike is men.
Oh, it's not even Spike anymore, is it?
Probably not.
Spike changed his name. I'm trying to remember what it is now.
It was TNT, right? And then it became Spike.
No, TNT was always its own thing.
Or, oh, shit.
Because Spike was originally television for men, and they just dropped television for men. Because it turns out everybody likes TV. And I think it just changed to Paramount Network now. Or is that Fox Family? Or ABC Family?
No, that's Freeform.
Okay. Then yeah, Spike became the Paramount Network.
Okay.
I'm back.
I am as well.
All right. I guess we're starting early then. Hagrid, we'll begin with you.
All right. So,
Greg, give him his juice.
recount of the last couple of weeks.
And I'm sure you drink yours too.
And obviously, I'm going to be reading this, so bear with me.
That's fine.
While in Acre, while we've been out of the limelight of defeating Strahd, with the jubilation of that victory subsiding, I realized that this elevated feeling of self-worth and pride is almost embarrassing. A humble man of the cloth needs to be careful of allowing such feelings to surpass his desire to help and to serve. In light of this, I have spent time at the churches, assisting both the clergy and the needy. But more importantly, I spent time in prayer and meditation. While in the foggy, dismal oppression of Barovia, I felt my connection to Thesmophoros, but it was muted in a way. So through introspective mediation and prayer, I re-solidified my spiritual bond and asked for forgiveness of my transgressions and gave thanks to my God for allowing me to further do her bidding. It was during this meditation that I also focused on Lucian's tale. As a person that is normally wary of strangers, I appreciated Lucian's bearing of his soul. Although we have all been together for a time now, I have a more comfortable outlook on him. It is also the time now for me to pledge my loyalty to our group. We all came from and will eventually return to our own existences. But know this, if at any time our paths continue or cross again, I will lend help to or fiercely defend, if necessary, each and every one of you.
Damn, that was really well written.
Yeah.
Now I feel like a douchebag.
Yeah.
Nice job, Dad.
So, in order to supplement that, with your time at the churches, and time with the like kind of community outreach centers that are attached to these churches, you spend a lot of time using some of your more at-will magics, healing the sick, fixing injuries, orthopedic injuries, helping those in destitution with like getting from point A to point B, helping them secure things like jobs or ways to help increase their standing in life through this. It's a lot of not necessarily doing good works in word, but doing good works in action as well. As this comes down, it is based off of your atypical presence, just like Callias are known, is everything that you do is also highlighted. Since you're kind of the first of your kind to sit there and be in the cities. Goliaths, ever since the Mutagen Wars, have kind of been voluntary outcasts, and they stuck to themselves because they realized that integration had its own challenges, and that nomadic lifestyles were better and less challenging in that regard. So you spend a lot of time with wary looks, and those wary looks, when they realize where your heart is and where your actions are, quickly fade. And throughout the areas that you work in, and I can give you a geopolitical map, and you can choose any number of areas, you're quite more popular than the rest of the group right now. Known specifically as an agent of positive change.
Cool.
Yep. Anybody else wanting to recount how they spent their off time before we move on?
I got stuff.
All right, let's go, Tony.
Mine's just normal jackassery of Tony.
All right. Any specific gnomish-infused intelligence pranks you want to perform?
Well, I continued my personal crusade against stools and proceeded to go to every establishment I could find and chop a quarter of an inch off each of a leg of each of them.
All right, I'm going to have you roll a D100, and that's the percentage of establishments you've been kicked out of.
All right. That will get me... That's a 74.
As popular as Hagrid is with the lower class, it's exactly how unpopular you are with anybody who owns a building and chairs.
But that being said, with my time spent in the Briny Anchor when I haven't been kicked out of places, I proceed to try and fight and accost anybody who tries to put anything under their wobbly leg stool, and spend the majority of my time hanging from a coat hook behind the bar.
All right. Yes, you found the crushed milk container bandit. Sent him to weird justice, undeserved justice. And you have received punishment by hanging, not death by hanging, just hanging on top of a coat rack.
And that is what my 2 or 3 weeks have consisted of.
And it is this determination that just makes everybody shake their head. And part of it's impressed, but most of it's shame.
And I think the best part of this is anytime somebody sees me with Hagrid, they just feel pity for him.
Yes.
And boost his renown within the city, because I am known as a troublemaker now.
Mike, that extends to real life as well. Too mean?
It just elevates Hagrid's piety.
Yep. He's dealing with the low of the low.
I just want to realize that if you guys all lived to level 20, like Tony and Hagrid both lived to level 20, that's enough for Hagrid to die a saint. He will be canonized, and no, Tony, he won't be fired out of a cannon.
Yeah. Tony will be, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got this entire pirate arc where that's the entire reason why I'm doing this.
I get to be
That's also
cannon
not
fodder.
true.
I get to live my dream of being cannon fodder. Literally.
We should do that as like a holiday one-shot.
Talk like a pirate day becomes Pirate Tony out of a cannon day.
Yes.
All right, Levin, I know you've sat there and wrote me an email about stuff that you wanted to do during the break in terms of personal goals.
Yes. So one thing I'd like to do is go out hunting and play around with some animal bloods and see if I can make a brew that's comparable to the Night Stalker blood.
Yeah, so as your sanguinism has not subsided.
Well, now that I'm away from the vampires, I can get back to what I love.
Boy, that's true of all of us, isn't it?
Yeah. As you relapse. You start with some of like the common game. I'm not going to make you roll for these because if I have you roll to see if you hit a chicken with an arrow, you're not a very good ranger. You can even use your horde breaker on there and kill 3 chickens at once.
Fantastic.
As you sit there and you do this, and as you begin bloodletting, you get the base components for this, and you end up having to mix a few things across, as just the natural taste of the blood is kind of hard to discern differences in my mind because it's still the same cells and same makeup. but it's that sweet kind of like drinking antifreeze taste that the Night Stalker blood has. That you sit there and you realize, like, no matter what collections of blood you have, it's the base, and you need to add something to it to get that sweet flavoring. So for the rest of the game, you've got blood. Okay, I'm not counting blood as ammo.
All right.
It's your entire life for now until the end of time. Looks like the Andrew WK Party Hard album. For those of you who don't get the reference, it's Andrew WK with a giant bloody nose that goes all the way over his mouth. Let's see here. You begin to believe, just based on the way that in real life, why lead-based paint is outlawed is because kids eat it because lead-based paint tasted delicious. Like, it actually tasted sweet. That's why kids ate it so much.
They really knew how to make things back then. Paint tasted sweet. It's fantastic.
Oh my god. Well, the wallberry tastes like wallberries. Yeah, so you'll have that done, and then if you can get proficiency with the Poisoner's Kit, I'm pretty sure you can get it the rest of the way.
Okay, cool.
Which is also something that you talked about.
Yes, I wanted to get proficient with the Poisoner's Kit and maybe get some poison supplies and work on that too.
So you could certainly buy a Poisoner's Kit for the price of...
I already have it, because I got it, I don't remember when.
You got it from Esmeralda, I think.
Yeah.
And then as you go to the local bookstore, as any knowledge-gaining venture goes, you find this book that just calls So You Want to Poison Your Friends, and 100 other things you do to prove you're a shitty person. And as you look through, it gives you everything that you'll need. It's kind of like an anarchist cookbook, all except somehow even worse. And if you wanted to buy that, it is 2 silver pieces.
I will do that.
All right. You now have a how-to poison guide.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. That totally will never be a topic of conversation ever.
I'm fine with it.
Yep. Crispin, anything you wanted to resolve before we end the 3-week break?
Yes, inspired by Strahd's shitty writing, Crispin is now reinvigorated to live out his mother's spirit and become known as the greatest bard of all time.
Okay.
And he's going to start performing songs from town to town, and he's got his first little ditty. It's rather personal. He calls it the Ballad of Crispin Facilieri. And it goes a little something like this. Once I was a raging half-orc, just using melee weapons all day. And then my mama taught me how to use my music in a magical way. And now I'm casting and flinging my magic just by singing. And just as I cast sleep, Hagrid and Tony Pobar shouted, "Cast that funky magic, half-orc. Cast that funky magic right. Cast that funky magic, half-orc. Pull out your big loot and cast that funky magic till they die."
I'm sorry to shut off my microphone. I couldn't stop laughing.
That is twice I have been thoroughly impressed.
Take inspiration and run, you fucker.
Very well done, Aaron. Very well done.
Thank you, thank you.
First off, congratulations. Second of all, fuck you. For being a bard better than I barded. For the tweet I'll send after this is just a recap of that statement. His first one.
I just
Second of all,
want to.
fuck you.
I just want to point out to anyone listening to the stream, if you enjoyed that, you should check out our web series on our blog, From the Desk of Crispin. If you liked that, you'll like his other poems available to read online.
No, a random courier shows up with an offer from Tyrannus Decidus Productions.
It just sits there and says, "This is a cease and desist order."
I don't know either of those words, so. Huh.
Actually, Ruben Cooper, my high school band teacher, was part of that band that you referenced as well, and I'm sure he'll only be a little bit upset, but mostly proud. No. All right, so any closing statements? And Crispin, I'm glad we ended on you because I don't know how anybody could top that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's on hard or not, we don't hit with them in the eyeball.
All right. So,
Because you're sorry.
I don't care if it's on hard or not. You don't have that many eyeballs. Ugh.
yeah. So, Crispin, you have inspiration in 3 planes now. Waterdeep, Barovia, and here. Yeah, so I believe you guys are getting together at the western gate of Acre. Tony, you'll remember this place is where you went to the mining surplus store and bought a whole shit ton of gunpowder. With our absolutely crazy friend.
Hey, guys, do you think we need more gunpowder? My buddy's right there. I could buy more.
I'm
A
surprised he's not
silence
in
falls
jail.
over the crowd.
I'm just surprised he's not in jail.
I'm surprised he hasn't blown up yet.
Is
This is a guy who couldn't tell the
such a
difference
thing
between coffee grounds and explosives.
What was that, Hagrid?
Is there such a thing as too much?
Too much coffee? No.
No, gunpowder.
Good answer.
We might have used a little too much in that Barovian embassy situation.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What about that building in Barovia? The rich fucker's house.
All that you use is everything you needed to use. That's it. Period.
Well, I have 192 pounds remaining in my bag of holding.
Of what? For gunpowder?
Yes.
We filled that up with money, remember?
Yeah, but we ended up spending a lot of it for other stuff, and the weight equation to coinage, I did the math on it, and it's not a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, we did use a lot of that silver, and on top of that too, when we quote unquote filled it up, that was our assumption of how much weight was left in the bag, and I was wrong.
Okay.
Way off.
Well, if
Yeah,
you guys want to jump cut to like sit there realizing that you only half filled a bag with money. Oh, this must be full. I'm pretty sure it's only half full, but it's full. Let's go.
Yeah. I had like 325 pounds remaining in the bag, and you guys put like 110.
It was 200. No,
All
it
said
was,
and done, it
yeah,
ends
right.
up
It was
being
110 because I thought we only had 200 left. That's right.
Tell me you left money behind.
Not my choice.
Yeah, Mike was busy covering for a guy who had a cocaine attack.
I think this one was heart attack.
Yeah, like I said, a cocaine attack.
No, different guy. This is the guy that died.
I don't know if it was that long ago. I don't know. You missed like 6 weeks though, so it was somewhere in there.
I'm pretty sure it was closer to cocaine attack where the guy lived, so I could make fun of it.
Yeah, it was closer to cocaine attack. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay. Either way.
I remember sitting there and feeling really, really bad about that one because I heard some of the comments that came through that sounded really super heartless over a guy that died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll buy more gunpowder.
Oh, great. Now I have to sit there and do this voice again for Victor.
Now, we can just cutscene it and get on the road.
Thank you. You buy more gunpowder. How much do you want?
Like 50 pounds worth.
50 pounds worth. Probably will be straight up 1 gold per pound.
Okay.
Thank you for not making me lose my voice because I did that last time I played that character.
Yeah, no problem.
Yep. All right. Let's go ahead and move on.
Yeah.
As you're heading out to the western gates, just like every town in Skyrim, you see the stables where there's horses and wagons and whatnot. Leovan begins to salivate at the idea of what horse blood would taste like. Here's the secret. Like all the rest of them.
It's a hot take.
Yeah.
You don't know until you try.
Yep. Anything that you guys want to sit there and help prepare? Walking to Trey Terran would probably be very prohibitive. It would take very long.
How much would it cost to... I don't want to rent one because this thing keeps happening where we go somewhere and then we get teleported somewhere else. So we should probably buy one outright. That way it's our own money we're losing.
Why not lose other people's money? Who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, do you know how many rental cars I've never given back?
0?
Yeah, that's correct.
I have an eagle that can fly and carry me, so I'm not too concerned.
Okay, how much would it cost to
Stop banging on these walls.
lease a wagon large enough for our party, and how many horses would we need to carry it?
Well, it depends on the horse that you want. I've got 3 horses available. One's named Porsche, the other's Lamborghini, the third's Ferrari. What do you need it for?
We're heading to Trey Terran.
I would definitely recommend Porsche. It's not the fastest one, but it's so reliable, it'll definitely get you there.
All right.
Unlike the Ferrari, which if you sit there and you go 12 meters, it's going to break down. Let's see here. How much is this supposed to cost? For this one, they'll probably sell it to you at around 30 gold for the horse and the not carriage. The think of the word.
Wagon?
Thank you.
He said it with such incredulity.
Clearly, you can't forget the word wagon. No, I was going to say mop.
Maybe I shouldn't.
Well, I
No,
don't
maybe
know.
you mopped.
I held back when you said superfluous earlier. So I couldn't help myself.
He's only got so much piety.
I feel so mopped today. I'm just waiting for a letter from Bill Lawrence saying stop.
You think Bill Lawrence watches our show?
I want to.
I mean, think about it. Hagrid's been having to deal with my psychotic delinquent asshole for 3 weeks now.
Let's put this out here. I spent years of my life watching that Bill Lawrence show. He at least owes me 1 episode.
What if we already spent it? What if we already spent it?
I don't need, my life's complete. I'm done here. This is all extra time.
And let's be honest, if he already watched 1 episode, he's watching now.
That's true. That's true. That's a good point.
You hear that, guys? We might have been watched by Bill Lawrence.
Can we put that in our byline?
It's good enough to be Wikipedia official for me.
So anyway, wagon and Porsche lease prices, please.
Screw Porsche. Let's go with the Lamborghini.
Well, I mean, they did used to make farm equipment.
Yeah, but it still broke down.
They still make farm equipment.
Really?
Yeah, it still breaks down. Have you seen Italy?
No,
As long
not
as
all
we
of us
don't
are
get-
world travelers.
As long as we don't get one of those 911 models of Porsches, we're good.
I believe I said it was 30 gold to lease it,
Okay.
or for a horse and wagon.
Okay.
Horse and carriage. This is not enchanted.
All right. I'll front that amount.
Sweet. Just to let you know, she only takes the high-end food on this one. Don't give her any of that 87 octane.
Okay.
Yep. Otherwise, she'll rumble the entire way.
That's
So
interesting.
wheat, not chaff. We get it.
Wheat, not chaff.
If we find a Tesla outlet, where do we stick the plug?
Where do you think?
Oh.
It's in Tony's Thunder Cannon. That's where we.
Yes. All right. Are we done talking about vehicle proficiencies now that I fulfilled the Jeremy Clarkson entrant line?
Yeah. Yeah, we got our 30 horse gold horse and wagon. 30 gold horse and wagon. Wow.
Yep. So in total, the distance between the towns is about 50 miles, and at a normal pace, you can go about 4 miles a day. You can choose to do a forced march on this, where instead of traveling for 8 hours a day, you're traveling for 16. However, at the end of that day, whoever is riding the horses takes a point of exhaustion, or whoever's guiding the horse.
I mean, we waited 3 weeks already. I don't think we need to worry about really pushing the pace here.
Good deal. So now I just have to roll to see if you guys get attacked by bandits or anything else. You get attacked by the floor because that's where I rolled my dice.
Oh my God! It's bandits riding bugbears.
The carpets are back.
The carpet.
And that's actually it. You just find a place in the road where it's all carpeted.
That's like,
I
guys,
would run away so fast.
we're going off road. Where we're going,
And guess
we don't need
yeah.
roads.
And guess what? The carpets were all mundane. You get hit by bushes of smothering.
No! Inanimate object, why?
As long as it's not an amorphous blob, we're all right.
As long as it's not acid.
Yeah. By the way, you lose one of your AC.
Son of
Why did you guys let me be TM? That's actually not a rhetorical question. Why do you guys let me be DM?
Oh, because at the time when we started this, you were the most willing to do it.
you fool.
Yeah, that tracks. All right, so if you guys, while I'm setting up this map here, want to describe how you're adventuring.
I am sitting in a wagon.
Any
I'll say that
might be happening?
as we've been traveling, I've been, engaging with the party members and all that. But whenever there's any downtime, or if we're going to bed for the night or anything like that, I spend the time just kind of absent-mindedly staring off in the distance. And I have started sort of when we are talking and stuff, I'll be sort of fidgeting with my daggers, just kind of slightly restless the whole time as we've been traveling.
Okay. Anybody else?
I'll just continue to make arrows, I guess.
All right. Roll a d12.
I can do that. 12.
You get 12 special arrows.
Yay.
Laven, do I want to know where you got all the feathers for that fletching?
Maybe not.
That's enough for
Well,
me.
you're eating it for supper every day.
Well, not every day.
Yeah, sometimes you're by a river, you get fish instead.
And fish do not make great arrow fletching.
You underestimate my abilities.
All right. So as you guys turn in for the night, throughout the trip here. You guys set fire up, and this is an area that's not carpeted, first of all.
Good.
But you do hear a rustling that comes out from the south.
Tony, go check this out.
Okie dokie.
Tony,
Yes,
how do you...
go check this out.
Roger,
Squawk if it's something bad.
Hold on one second. Because I found all this stuff. You actually need to finish making the map right now. Roll investigation for AS then.
Okie dokie. That's catastrophically bad. I rolled a 3. So,
So how much does it cost for you to make a new mechanical servant?
1,000 gold, I think.
Yeah, everything seems fine.
According to my math abilities, that's only 10 platinum pieces.
Actually, that comes down to a 2 with his intelligence modifier.
Circles around, comes back. Doesn't really seem to find anything.
All right, there's a bush over there, guys.
The bush of smothering.
I love how so many of my jokes become, it's like, oh, shit, he might actually do that.
Can I, actually, Laven, you should, is there, like, more than one thing over there? Like, can you tell if there's, like, multiple things? If it's, like, you know, a herd of buffalo or something?
A herd of buffalo.
Seriously, it's a magical fucking campaign and you're concerned about buffalo?
I'm gonna send my
Buffalo aren't malicious.
Can you put your ear to the ground?
They are delicious.
familiar over there, and I'm gonna be seeing through his eyes as he wanders around.
I'm sorry,
Can
hold
I?
on.
What?
What was that order again, Mike?
I'm gonna send my familiar over to where the rustling came from and do the whole "I'm gonna see through your eyeballs" thing.
Okay. So as you do that, do you have the components for that? I believe you do.
My familiar never died. Well, he did die, but I brought him back. The spider.
Yeah, you still have to spend the components again.
Yeah, I did that back in Barovia.
Okay.
So then, as you go through and your eyes go milky white, let's see here. As it's walking through and you come forward, I'm going to sit there and port you over to this map now that I've finished with it. And you're going to fight Strahd.
No! I don't have the potion of invulnerability again.
Yeah, as you come out, and there's some bandits just sitting there chilling out, all staring at you, waiting for you guys to go to bed.
Guys, there's a group of bandits hiding in the bushes over there. I think they're having an orgy.
Well, I feel like we should probably leave them to that then.
But they're talking about us, so they may try and violate us in our sleep.
I don't want to be
They're
an
not
orgy.
talking, they're looking.
Okay,
That's kind
they're
of
giving us hungry eyes.
Hungry eyes. Yeah, that works.
So, what do we want to do about them?
I think we should lay down on the ground, and I will loudly say, "Gee, I hope there aren't any bandits here while we're trying to go to bed."
But there are bandits here.
I know, that's going to lure them into a false sense of security, and they'll come closer, and we can murder them.
Lucian, what's your intelligence rating?
It's pretty high.
This seems like a plan that Grog Strong Joe would make.
It's a 16.
I want to agree with his plan, and my intelligence is a 19.
Or Tony, we could do get help.
Ooh, let's do get help.
I want to agree with their
I
plan.
hate
And my
get help.
intelligence is an 8.
Yeah, I totally
Need to
believe
get
this beat
Hagrid
up
involved.
from Crispin.
Hagrid or Crispin, we need to do get help.
Okay, I'll bite. Let's get help.
So get help is where I hold Tony and I run up to the bandits and I say, "Oh my God, somebody please help my friend! He stopped breathing," and then I throw Tony at them and we start fighting them. This should probably not be me because I can't throw Tony very far.
Your first plan was smarter.
No, we're doing get help. Who wants to throw me?
I think all of us want to throw you, but who can throw you?
Feel like it's Hagrid or Crispin.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Yes. Hagrid, be my guest.
All right. I'm going to have everybody roll initiative now, but Hagrid is going to go in the surprise round, and Tony will go right after Hagrid in the surprise round.
I love that we're getting a surprise round for their ambush.
Level 12 spells, guys.
Somehow we take the Chewbacca plan and make it even stupider.
Well, guys, this is great. This is a thing.
Now, how many times have you guys used this plan?
Many times.
And
25 to 20.
You're still alive, so. Have you been using the same people every time?
Yep.
Okay,
What?
good.
25 to 20.
Oh, 21.
15 to 20.
17.
15.
16. See, this is perfect.
That's some good rolling.
I think Hagrid had a 16 also.
All right, once again, Lucian and Hagrid tied on the roll.
I had a 17.
Never mind.
I had a
Hagrid
16.
and Tony tied on the roll.
See, get help works perfectly.
All right, that leads us to Hagrid going first in the surprise round.
All right. How far away are these idiots? Tony. Measures.
Measurements.
Well, I imagine you can walk up to them if it's a surprise round. They'll be surprised until you unsurprise them.
Let's just put it this way: from where you're standing here, and from your strength at what 40, Hagrid throwing Tony would be akin to you in real life throwing a baseball.
All right. Well, I can.
Actually,
run.
no, it's more like a softball.
You sure it's
I
not a
can run up
fastball
to,
special?
to that point
Ooh.
there.
I've got a great plan.
I can promise you, Hagrid, you can get Tony there just by standing.
Oh, I'm sure, but I want to be close too to start waylaying.
Can I hold my spell ready for enlarging Tony as he's in midair?
Sure, why the hell not? Don't you love when you're in between chapters of a story and anything fucking goes?
I just love when anything goes.
All right. I pick up Tony
Done.
and I move here with him.
Tony, go with him.
The whole time I'm running up to them. I mean, are we in trees, bushes, forest kind of stuff?
This is more plain.
Okay, so they can see me.
They're hiding in tall grass, but you guys can see each other at this point.
I yell, help me! My friend stopped breathing and I don't know what to do."
Roll performance. Please be a natural 20. Please be a natural 20.
No, it's only a 14.
It's not an Emmy Award winning performance, but it could definitely get you on the CW.
All right, so kind of like a Matt LeBlanc kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. That's perfect. It's good. It's good enough acting to get you $250,000 a week, but not good enough to get you an award.
You're lucky you have that face.
You like
All right.
the entire
And,
time you're saying it with the tone of "How you doing?"
And then, I don't know, what do you think, Tony? Launch you to about right there?
Yeah, that'll work. Hopefully at somebody.
Well, do you want to be back here at these tougher looking guys, or?
Just put me in the middle. I don't care. Just throw me through somebody.
Right there is where I toss.
All right, let's make a dexterity check to sit there and see how close that spot you get, and a strength check just to see if you kill Tony for this.
I have 102 hit points.
Dexterity is a 21.
Yeah, he's there. He is right on the money. You should play a darts league.
My strength is an 18.
Surprisingly, he's still alive. Tony, based off of the throw, you'll take 7 points of fall damage.
Yay.
What I want to know is, does he do the whole one knee superhero thing?
I'm going to roll for acrobatics.
Sure. Natural 1.
Natural 1.
Really?
It was a 1.
Oh my god!
Let me see what I have. Do I have
Jay just
anything?
figured out how to curse us for the next boss fight. We don't have to worry about potions of invulnerability anymore. We're just all gonna roll ones.
So as you sit there and you're coming through, you're acting a little bit too well, and you're still ragdolling the entire way. And you just sit there and you timed Hagrid's throw wrong, so you're still ragdolling after you hit the ground and you fall and you slide a little bit. So instead of 7 bludgeoning or fall damage, you take 7 embarrassment damage.
Woohoo!
The adjective just changed, that's it.
And what part of this plan was better than just walking up and hitting them?
Just wait. It's all of it. Tony, your turn.
Okay. As that's going on.
I'm sorry, hold up. Crispin, I believe you had a spell prepared.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's supposed to be enlarged as he's flying through the air.
All right. I'm not going to force a roll on
So
this.
he
You
made a
cast
thud
large-
while he went skidding across the ground.
Yes. So to give you an idea of what I'm going to draw in what the drag marks look like, and it's kind of like this.
But now you also get a advantage on strength saves and an extra D4 on damage on melees.
But I don't melee.
Fair enough.
You changed his token size. Look at how big his beard is.
The world's largest gnome.
Weapon.
If he's the world's largest gnome, does that make him roughly dwarf size now?
The world's most average dwarf.
I love how much we've entertained Jay with this random encounter.
All right, Tony, go.
All right. Oh, what do I feel like doing? I'm going to cast Grease.
On who?
I want to put it... Where do I want to put it? I just lost my spell. That is 10 foot square. So I want to put it... I need to draw a shape.
Oh, I can breathe.
Let's go... Actually, I don't want to do Grease. Screw it.
Yeah, just give you an idea right now. Your character token's a 10 by 10 square.
Yes.
Tony's gonna turn himself into greased up deaf guy.
Ooh. I'm doing that now.
Oh, you want to steal from me?
Guys, please help! I can't breathe.
Let's go with fear. There we go.
Corey, did you hear Mom laughing too?
No.
Yeah, she's in the living room laughing.
So I guess I'll move right here.
Sorry, Marla.
Yeah, right there. And I want to cast Fear.
Okay. What's the radius of that effect?
30-foot cone.
30-foot cone? I
Cone.
thought that was... Huh.
Like you never heard of the word cone.
Cone? Cone?
Connie?
I basically want to do it that direction.
I thought that was a... Fear was more than just a cone. I thought that was a spear.
Nope, cone.
Yeah, it's cone. All right.
So I'm going to go out to there. I don't even know how to draw this.
It literally just starts off with you get to pick 1 square, then 2 squares, then 3 squares, and 4 squares. And it goes out. So basically, this guy, until this guy makes their wisdom saving throws. And since they're going up against level 12 creatures, I'm going to sit there and say their wisdom's not that high.
That works.
Natural 18. What's the DC for your save?
My DC is 16.
So 17 passes. So guy closest to you sees through it. It's natural 12 fails. Natural 11 fails. Natural 13 fails. So afraid. Afraid. And describe what's so scary about you right now.
He doesn't know.
I just got thrown by a Goliath at them while magically increasing its size and flailing like a ragdoll.
Yes. And if that's how much you care about your body, just imagine how much you care about them.
That sounds like Tyrannus' interrogation technique.
Yeah. All right. Anything else you want to do in your surprise round?
Nope, that'll do it.
All right. We're starting at the top of the order. Leovan.
All right. I would like to pull up my hood and hide.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to rain down some arrows. So from this point, I can reach all these guys. So
So you're making 5 attacks or 4 attacks?
4
Okay.
for my first round because
Yes.
of volley. Yeah.
Rangers.
You put them all so close together.
I know I did.
It's almost
Should've
like they
made
weren't
you
ready to be fought by heroes.
But get help.
Before
Just remember,
I do that,
Leovan, I helped you make your character. I could have told you to be a Beastmaster until he fucked you over.
that could have ended up being fun, though. First, I want to Hunter's Mark this guy.
All right. This guy you literally know nothing about is magically marked.
Cool. I don't know why you had to emphasize we know nothing about it. That makes me worry.
It's like that time that we fought those cultists, and he's like, "Yes, that does hit an unarmored cultist."
It's like, should we not be killing these people?
I mean, technically, they never did anything to us. You
Yes.
just threw someone at them.
All they're
Perception
guilty of right now is being next to you.
I mean, we could do like non-lethal damage and just try to beseech them to flee.
And our only intelligence that we're working off of is, what was a 6 roll?
Yes.
Okay.
But we did get help, so we have to follow through.
Well, I'm just doing what my friends are doing. So.
Yes. Okay. This is in character for you. You are sheeple.
Okay, 24 to hit,
Hits.
18 to hit,
Hits.
16 to hit,
Hits.
18 to hit.
Hits.
Okay.
And
Six.
before you do damage, I have
Okay.
to ask you: are you going for kill shots or just to incapacitate them?
Did it seem like we were all like attacking to kill when this started? Like what?
You guys literally have not discussed it at all.
Okay.
It's
How
hey, there's
armed
guys
do they
near us.
look?
Get them.
Hey, they were giving me hungry eyes. It made me feel uncomfortable. I have
I'm
to
gonna
defend
g-
myself.
I'm gonna go for the kneecaps.
All right. All right.
take him out of adventuring forever.
So you hit all of them, roll damage, and we'll make it
Okay.
non-lethal.
6, 7 piercing, 14 not 14. 11
Where are you starting at?
piercing, and then 7. Going around, starting from this guy.
All right, so this guy had how much?
6,
He's down. This guy?
7,
He's down.
11,
Also down.
and 7.
Surprisingly, he's still alive.
But Hunter's Mark, 4 more.
11?
Yeah. That was my first action. My Hunter's Mark. Wait, I can't move it yet.
You
'cause it's
can't
in-
move it because you already spent your bonus action on
Yep.
it.
Yep.
Leave one alive for questioning?
I'm gonna volley
It
these.
all, yeah, like he hits them straight, like releases the arrow at the same time and hits them all in the kneecaps. And you just sit there and go, "Oh, my unhappy triad." That's a joke just for me and Corey. You pierce their ACLs, meniscus, and MCLs.
Yeah. So these two on the next volley. So 14 to hit
It's.
and 14 to hit.
I'm gonna give you an idea. If you roll lower than a 10, then let me know.
Okay. And that is 7 piercing and 10 piercing.
All right, so barely hanging on right here. Both of these guys get in, and they got slightly stronger knees, but they're not looking good. And that's the first session of the first turn. Lucian is up next.
These guys aren't very strong.
I am.
No, it's almost like they're country bandits.
I will shout out. You guys might want to scoop up your friends and get out of here. And I'm gonna shoot Eldritch Blast. I'm gonna shoot 2 rays at that guy and 1 at that guy. Non-lethal damage.
Okay, so you're going for the other kneecap.
All right. You said I needed lower than a 10?
Yeah.
No, they all hit. All right, so the one guy, he took 2 of these things, and that's 14 damage.
Yeah, he's down.
And then the other guy, boy, I rolled a 1, so that's 5 damage to that guy,
Yeah, he's down.
and that's it for me.
Okay, that brings us to Tony and Hagrid next.
Hagrid can go first.
I'm also gonna let you guys know in the initiative count, these guys rolled a 2 and a 1 respectively.
So do we still want to let one stay alive? I wonder.
They're all alive right now. You guys have been non-lethally dispatching them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have no qualms with leaving them unconscious on the side of the road. I just don't want to kill them myself.
Once again, all they're guilty of was standing next to you guys.
Guilty as hell.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're being
And
all
punishment
sneaky
for that
about
is
it.
getting knocked the fuck out.
Look, they don't know how long I was in Barovia. Okay, I don't trust anybody that isn't these 5 guys.
Why are they not on the road?
They have no idea of our acumen and aggressiveness right now.
Yeah. They didn't realize that they just like poked the PTSD bear.
I'm sorry, that's not funny, but it's funny at the same time.
I'm sorry that I made that joke. I realized exactly how off color it was, but
Alright, so I'm just gonna try to melee this guy.
all right. Particular way that you're trying to strike, lethally, non-lethally.
Well, is there a non-blunt damaging end on a warhammer?
I mean, what you can like, what I would sit there and do is you're trying to hook it between the end of the shaft portion of the warhammer, so you're not hitting them with the actual hammer, but you can trip them up.
So I'm just thumping his skull with the handle, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Okay.
you understand. There's the ruins your day end and ruins your life end of the Warhammer.
All right, so 12 hits,
Yes.
and that's a 10. I'm sorry,
Yes.
11.
Yeah. So this guy's straight up unconscious as hell, and thanks to the fear spell that Mike cast on him, he also is unconscious with pissed pants.
Nice.
Yes.
All right, that's all I can do, unless I can try a cantrip on the other guy.
You
From
certainly
what I-
can.
Okay.
Yeah. What's the cantrip you're thinking of?
Oh, what am I always going with?
Sacred Flame?
You want to set this guy on fire?
Yeah, but in a holy way.
A non-lethal
A
fire.
non-lethal, holy...
The power of Thesmophoros compels you.
It's tickling. It's more of a tickling than a burning.
Okay. So what you're saying there, it's sacred gonorrhea. Got it.
So dex saving throw.
Natural 10. That will come up to an 11.
No.
Oh, no way. So instead of rolling damage on this one, I'm going to let you explain what you're casting on fire. I bet that you're trying to control this as well, so it's just enough to put the guy off without actually hurting him.
I guess if you're wearing like a tunic or cloth type item on their torso, I want to set his belly on fire a little bit, so he's got to worry about trying to put that out and kind of falls over and knocks himself out at the same time.
I'm willing to let this happen. As the tunic burns, you sit there and see there's a stomach tattoo going around the abdomen, like the top of the abdomen on the rib cage, and it just sits there and says no regrets.
With an
But yeah, he's down.
R-A-V-R-E-T.
It's spelled terribly wrong.
No regrets, not even a letter.
Yeah. It's spelled about as well as me saying the first meal of the day correctly.
Like you won't do it.
And as he's falling, I yell, "That's from me to you, Scotty P."
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so you now have a whole bunch of unconscious bandits all coming around.
Is there a tree nearby?
It's plains. There's tall grass everywhere.
Listen,
Search their pockets. Do they have like any writs or things on them that might say if they were after us or something?
As you search their pockets, you find absolutely nothing. It looks like these are bandits that were trying to take an opportunity to get basic needs met as opposed to going after you guys specifically.
I think that we should, and I'm saying this as I'm like, I like walk over and I start dragging this guy towards like the middle, and I'm like, I think we should just set them all sitting back to back so when they come to, they can leave.
I want to leave a note that says, think twice about your lifestyle. The next group of people might not leave you alive.
Ooh, that's a good
Something
one.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And how fancy is this handwriting?
Oh, gosh.
You know what? Roll for
Is
fancy.
it Crispin writing it, or am I going to have one of the smart people do it?
It's gonna be you writing it, but roll for fancy.
Oh, 4. So that's about as fancy as I was expecting.
It's barely readable because you're writing against your hand, but there's letters there. It can be read. Let's hope they're literate.
With them being
I see.
With them being propped back to back, I want to tie them together in pairs so they have to do that awkward, like, we're tied together comedic shuffle.
Well, I didn't want to
Okay.
tie them together because if like something comes by and kills one of the guys and the other guy's dead because he's stuck to a dead guy, like that's just not nice.
Fine. You're no fun.
I'm a lot of fun. Okay, I suggested get help.
But I'm going to draw various representations of genitals on various body parts.
Yeah, you pull out your arcane Sharpie, which is an enchanted item I'm just giving you right now.
I have a black ink quill.
Yeah, that's your arcane Sharpie. It has infinite ink. And if you smell it for a really long time, you get super woozy.
Works for me.
Yep. So roll for dick butt.
All right. Any modifiers?
No.
I rolled a
Are
14.
you proficient in dick butts?
You draw 14 dick butts amongst the group.
Works for me.
All right. For this, I grant you all 1 experience point.
Yeah. I'll take it.
Because that certainly was an experience. All right, guys. As you're going on, I literally rolled the natural 1, which was pointless encounter.
We made it pointless.
We had a ton of fun.
It started off pointless. You guys turned a pointless encounter to at least entertaining.
You're welcome.
We have evolved as D&D players.
All right, you guys make it the rest of the way without incident. You see a couple of tourist traps, but you have made it successfully to Settler's Bend. This is a town of roughly 75 individuals. Farming community, mostly. Lumber mill is its big, not agricultural-based industry. Yeah, you're there now. You make your way into what appears to be the town hall, which is also its meadery, just known as the meadery. It's almost like I've used all of my improv energy for the day. The meadery in Settlers Bay. And yeah, you guys are there now. As you come in, there's no stools here, Tony. I'm sorry.
Damn it.
It's the seating looks more like picnic benches. It's about half full right now with about 12 individuals in, mostly human, with 1 or 2 dwarves interspersed. The bartender is one of the dwarves that comes in. This one is a regular dwarf, beard, whole 9 yards.
Beard. Sure.
Does not have a poorly constructed New Zealand accent. Name's probably not Brit.
Is there anyone who
Is it Murray?
looks to
It
have?
is not Murray.
Is there anyone that looks to have any markings of the Zentarum, like on their clothing or on their persons?
Roll investigation for me.
Okay. Oh, that's a 2. So what's that plus? So it's a 9.
Through a quick glance around the room, which is all that you really gave yourself time for, you don't see anything obviously Zentarum related, but you get the idea that you can talk to individuals without revealing who you're affiliated with and get at least some lay of the land.
Okay. Is there anyone who looks like mildly shady, like someone who wouldn't get upset by implying that there may in fact be a Zentarum influence in their town?
D100, here I come. Let's find out about the shit. I rolled a 5.
Okay.
Let's see how that resolves in. It turns out clothing is not a very good way to indicate who is Zentarum and who's not. But when you get the idea, just like every other town, that a bartender is always a good source for information because most people rely on alcohol to get through their day. And the bartender gets information as well as money in exchange for alcohol.
Okay. Then I tap Crispin on the shoulder and I beckon for him to come with me up to the bar.
You don't have to ask me twice.
And you're in Ravenloft. Let's fight Strahd.
This keeps happening.
Let's do it.
I'd like to slide a silver onto the bar top and say that we are We're associates of Teavis. Do you know anyone that we might know here?
Davis, huh?
Yeah.
Typically, this is kind of a place where we don't see a lot of Teavis's kind around here. But that doesn't mean that we aren't friendly with Teavis. What can I do for you?
We've got some work up Trayterin way there, and we are under the impression that there may be some people that we might know here that we can exchange information with.
Well, let me tell you right now, you now know me. Name's Murray.
Murray.
Yeah, that's right. It was Murray, but it's more like an old guy Murray as opposed to a New Zealand Murray.
Okay.
Important distinction.
Yes.
Very.
Murray, what? No, the youngest Murray. I'm 68. 35.
Bah.
Bill Lawrence, please watch our show.
Well, Murray, it's nice to meet you.
And you, I speak now.
You say you're not unfriendly with Teovin. How not unfriendly are you with Tevis?
I'd share a beer with him, listen to what he has to say, see what I could do.
Would you help out friends of his?
It depends. Are you a cop? You gotta tell me if you're a cop.
I lean in and I go.
He doesn't really say that. I'm kidding.
I lean in and I say, that's not true, right?
Well, he'll sit there and say, what was the original question you asked, Crispin?
If you'd be willing to help out friends of Teovis's.
Yeah. First things first, what do these friends of Tevis need? Aside from a beer, of course. As he sits there and grabs the silver piece, he comes out with enough flagons of ale in order to get all you guys nice and drunk.
Brilliant. I love this organization.
Roll for cirrhosis.
I don't know if I want a 1 or a 20. We're understanding that there is some interesting
Weaponry?
coming out of Trayterin lately, and that the Dagger Guard has wants to do something about it. Do you know who in town, who in Trayterin we would speak to with the Dagger Guard about remedying the situation?
Specific person, I don't know if I have an idea on that right now, but I can sit there and get one of my friends to ask around, get back to you on that. But all you need to know right now is that Dagger Guard's feeling kind of dickless right now when it comes to all these guys who can sit there and hit them from miles, like from yards and yards away. And of course, the Dagger Guard sits there, gets his little breastplate so that they don't get stabbed in the back. Turns out, don't do shit when you get hit in the head.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah. So the only reason they're taking this out isn't because they like us, because they're tired of feeling dickless.
Yeah, well, sometimes dicklessness is as good a motivator as anything else.
So what you want to look for is just be aware of places where there's things that can sit there and hit you from afar. Works kind of a lot like elf guy's bow. So so elf guy, hey, you come over here.
I'm already over here. What do you want?
Oh, come closer. Make it so it doesn't seem like what I'm saying is stupid.
Speak it to my good ear.
I don't know if I can do that.
If you get an idea of, I would love to attack somebody from here, those kooks, they're already there. They're already waiting for the Dagger Guard. So the one thing you want to make sure that you're doing is you look different from them. If they offer you armor, you say no. If they sit there and get offended, you sit there and say, fuck off.
I need armor.
Yeah, but you don't want their armor. You dig? Capiche?
But why?
Because that makes us a target, Crispin.
Because it
But-
makes you like one of them,
No,
and there's the ones being targeted.
But we need the armor so I'm not such an easy target. That's why I want the armor. That's how armor works.
We'll get different armor.
God, you guys don't know how stairs work. You don't know how armor works. How am I the smartest one of the group?
You didn't know how get help works, so how smart are you?
Exactly.
Yeah, get help. That's a classic. I love the get help.
Right? Must be a Traitarian thing.
Yeah.
I would like to make a perception check.
Go for it. Where are you trying to perceive?
If anybody in this freaking mead hall, town hall bullshit looks like they've been trying to scrub a dick butt off of their face.
All right, go ahead and roll.
Does it look like any of them are trying to do get help?
How about a 17?
Nobody here. It turns out they probably don't have a horse and carriage, and you guys are moving a hell of a lot faster than they are.
Good.
Damn it.
So no, they did not beat you to Settler's Bend.
We could be the dick butt bandits.
Well, what?
I feel like I just fed into Mike's inner troll.
Murray, what do you think the odds of me finding someone I want to talk to over at the Knot is?
I'm sorry, say the end of that again?
What do you think the odds are of me finding somebody who I want to be talking to about this at the Knot down in Lower Terra? Or Low Terra, sorry.
I mean, Low Terra's got all sorts of stuff. I'm sure you can find somebody. In fact, all the people worth knowing's down there. Everyone up there in the clouds is just fucking asshole.
Oh, High Terran people stink to high hell.
Yeah, that's why they're called High Terrans.
Exactly.
All right, mates. I like you all. And you, half-orc guy, you look like you got a song in your heart.
Yes. I've been told.
Let me tell you, I'm a big fan of musicians. I'm a big fan of everything that you got. All right? You guys all look cool. Drinks are half price for you tonight.
All right. So it is nighttime though when we get to.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. You have gone through everything I had prepared for you. I cannot tell you how little time I had to prep this week thanks to that demo project.
Well, hey, luckily we took 90 minutes doing a shopping adventure.
Yeah, because that's always fun to listen to.
If it works for Critical Role, it works for us.
And it pays off in the end with get help.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys literally took the DM advice that I took was not every battle has to be a battle to the death. Sometimes you're completely overmatching your opponent.
Yes, we were.
We all kind of just knew that and went with it.
Yeah. Yep. So I think we can end the stream here. Right now, before we go, we'll just sit there and say thanks for listening to Jaygeons and Dragclarks. Once again, I'm Jeremy Clarkson, and you just saw what we talk about vehicle proficiency.
All right, stream's over.
Sweet deal.
So,
Guys, DMing's a lot harder when I don't have a book of stuff to reference.
I would like to congratulate Hagrid and Crispin on some phenomenal contributions to our downtime activities. It was really well done, both of you.
Yeah.
You as well. With our GTA 4 side quest.
So by the way, if anyone comes up to me in Acre and calls me